you call me, and it's not so bad, it's not so bad.
This is Nationwide 90 FM, owned and operated by Nationwide News Network Limited. We broadcast from our studios at 14 Ocean Boulevard in the Digicel Center, downtown Kingston, Jamaica. Transmitting on the FM 90 band, 90.3 from Peters Rock in St. Andrew and Murphy Hill in St. Anne. Serving Kingston and St. Andrew, St. Catherine, St. Anne, parts of Clarendon, St. Mary and St. Thomas. 90.5 from Huntley in Manchester, transmitting to St. Elizabeth, Westmoreland, Manchester, Clarendon, rural St. Andrew and parts of St. Thomas. And 90.7 from Cooper's Hill in St. Andrew and Flower Hill in St. James. Serving Westmoreland, Hanover, St. James, sections of Trelawney, Kingston, St. Catherine, Clarendon, St. Mary, Portland and St. Anne. Nationwide 90 FM also broadcasts on YouTube at Nationwide 90 FM Live 2, RevoNews.ai and on Flow on channel 916. Nationwide 90 FM, a new revolution in media.
You're listening to Nationwide 90 FM. The time is
6 o'clock. From the studios of Nationwide Radio, morning radio the right way. It's Nationwide This Morning. A very good morning to you. I'm Tawna Thomas. Coming up in the news at 6 for this morning, Thursday, April 2, 2026. JTA boss says her members are determined to leave the bargaining table with an improved wage deal amid ongoing talks with the government. Former PNP General Secretary Maxine Henry Wilson says embattled then boss Dennis Gordon should recuse himself from the PAC. A report assessing Jamaica's readiness to adopt and regulate artificial intelligence has been launched. In regional news, another 20,000 Guyanese to collect cash grants courtesy of the government. In international news, Trump says Iran war is a success in surprise primetime TV address to Americans. In sports, stats are sitting pretty heading into final day of Grace Headley Cup clash with Manchester High. And in business, Elon Musk takes SpaceX to the stock market. The details after the break.
This station raised me. It gave me a voice. And if Nationwide has ever meant something to you, come on in. Join the Nationwide 90 FM Family Club today on Patreon.
Catch the first news of the day. A comprehensive package of local, international, sports, and business news. The news at 6 on Nationwide 90 FM.
Now to the details. President-elect of the Jamaica Teachers Association, JTA, Lasagna Harrison, says that the union will not relent in its pursuit of improving the salaries of the nation's teachers. She was speaking at the JTA 62nd anniversary commemoration ceremony in Kingston on Wednesday.
We will unapologetically, vociferously continue to lobby for the improved salaries and conditions of service of our members. That's what we were elected to do, and that's what we are paid to do for that of the administrative members.
Negotiations are still ongoing between the JTA and the Minister of Finance and the Public Service for the 2025 to 2028 contract period. Among the matters brought by the union to the ministry are outstanding salary increments and contract issues. Harrison says the financial struggles of the nation's educators have amplified post-Hurricane Melissa.
Our current working conditions of schools in the West currently are disturbing to say the least. Though work has begun, but at what pace? Salaries in particular, that of the classroom teacher, along with anomalies of supervisees on par or exceed that of supervisors, to which the matter of rebanding will solve, along with matters that breach the rights of teachers, be they systemic or processes, we continue the struggle.
That's Sonia Harrison, a president-elect of the JTA. Meanwhile, President of the Jamaica Employers Federation, JEF, Wayne Chen, says the challenge of low productivity must be addressed in the new fiscal year, which got underway on Wednesday.
From where I sit, we have a low productivity crisis in Jamaica. And we are not going to help our dismal productivity figures if we move forward with significant increases in the public sector, because the last round had an impact of dragging along many private sector wages. We have record low unemployment in the country and a tight job market. We have already had an announcement of an increase in the minimum wage, and this is not about minimum wage jobs, because with a tight job market, most people are moving ahead of minimum wage, but it has an upward push on wages overall. I don't think we have heard enough emphasis on how we are going to lift productivity in Jamaica in a sustainable way.
Wayne Chen, president of the Jamaica Employers Federation. He was speaking on the People's Agenda on Nationwide at 5 on Tuesday. President General of the Bustamante Industrial Trade Union, BITU, Senator Kevin Gale, says that the nation's labor force can feel secure in the government's plans for the new fiscal year.
You would have had previous budgets that gave handouts, gave goodies. This is a budget more of protection in terms of sustaining and preserving what we have, whilst we as a country is going to be building on the future. So I'm of the profound view that workers must feel more secured going into this budget, where any level of taxation is placed elsewhere than on the backs of the working class.
Senator Gale says workers were initially skeptical of the budget for the new fiscal year. He says many believed that the Holness administration would try to increase taxes on the working public in an effort to rebuild Jamaica after Hurricane Melissa. But Senator Gale claims that those fears have been allayed.
As far back as November or December of last year, workers would have been concerned what kind of budget to expect. And they were expecting worse, coming out of a catastrophic event like Melissa. But then the good thing is that that never came out. It is a budget crafted at the right time to create that level of sustainability, recovery, and future planning for Jamaica. It is more forward planning in nature, more on sustainability and protecting the country and its citizens and its workers. So it's much more than what workers would have anticipated.
Kevin Gale, President General of the Bustamante Industrial Trade Union. He was speaking on the People's Agenda on Nationwide at 5 on Tuesday. Former PNP General Secretary Maxine Henry Wilson is calling on Member of Parliament and Jack Den Limited's principal, Dennis Gordon, to recuse himself from Parliament's Public Accounts Committee, PAC, until issues surrounding the University Hospital of the West Indies, UHWI, are fully addressed. Her comments follow a report by the Auditor General's Department, which found that Jack Den Limited was among 4 private companies that unlawfully benefited from the hospital's tax exemption status to import goods. Henry Wilson argues that the situation presents a potential conflict of interest and raises concerns about the inappropriate use of publicly funded facilities.
I think he probably should recuse himself for a period of time while this matter is being treated. His parliamentary resignation, I am a little hesitant about that because I think one of the important things about parliamentary resignations is that, he represents a constituency. They may want to have a voice in it. And in terms of the Region 3, it rises to the issue of what the Internal Integrity Commission of the party. There's an opportunity for the party to take a stand on the matter, whether it is resignation or, there are different tiers. But I think it's a matter that is deserving of the party's attention, as it speaks a lot about integrity.
On Wednesday, the youth arm of the governing Jamaica Labour Party, Young Jamaica, called for Gordon to resign from the PAC. He currently serves as chairman of the People's National Party Region 3. The report indicated that Jatden Limited benefited from a waiver of approximately $10 million through the improper use of UHWI's tax exemption status to import 12 dialysis machines in 2024. The Jamaica Customs Agency has since completed its investigation into Jatden, while probes continue into the other companies, Supreme Laundry Services, Wilman Sales, and Scientific Medical Services. The Integrity Commission and the Major Organized Crime and Anti-Corruption Agency, MOCA, along with the Police Fraud Squad, are also investigating the findings. Henry Wilson says it may be to Gordon's credit to step away from public duties voluntarily while the investigations are ongoing.
It may develop to more than just, a personal thing of guilt. It may move into the courts, I don't know. It is going to affect his integrity declarations, for sure, and that may have consequences. So I think he needs to think through very, very carefully beyond the legal dimension of it, his own political future. Now, many people, will say, this is just wind passing over. But I think it gives the PNP a chance to demonstrate that its declarations about integrity, and which was very strong in the last election, go beyond just talking, that they're going to walk the walk. And it always comes down to the party leader. I can tell you that it always is the party leader who is in that stew.
Maxine Henry Wilson, former PNP General Secretary, she was speaking during Nationwide at 5 on Wednesday. Meanwhile, political analyst Damon Gordon says Dennis Gordon's continued presence on the PAC creates a perception of conflict of interest, distracts from the committee's work, and exposes it to increased public scrutiny.
I'm also weirdo of partisan narratives shaping public opinion. So first, I would take calls for resignation coming from politically affiliated groups with some grain of salt, and this is not to dismiss them entirely. We also have to recognize that oftentimes these interventions are really politically motivated rather than, being grounded in a principle or any public interest consideration. And importantly, they tend to be selective. You don't always see the same level of urgency or outrage when similar controversies involve actors on the government side. But that aside, if we move beyond politics and we focus on governance, I do think that there is a strong case for Mr. Gordon to consider stepping up aside from the EC in particular.
And Damien Gordon, political analyst. Jamaica has taken a significant step in digital transformation with the launch of the Artificial Intelligence AI Readiness Assessment Methodology RAM report. The report assesses Jamaica's preparedness to adopt and regulate AI, examining areas such as legal frameworks, infrastructure, education, and governance. It found that while Jamaica has a strong digital foundation, significant gaps remain. RAM lead expert Erica Simmons outlined the findings of the report at Wednesday's launch.
We need an AI-specific law. We have a lot of data regarding our workforce that's missing. We don't know how many people in the country are actually performing AI jobs. The skills supply is unknown to some extent, and we have talent gaps. We have frequent power outages in Jamaica, and data costs remain high. The adoption is a bit uneven across the country. We heard a lot of people, of course, in the academic tertiary sector working on AI, but when we delved a little bit deeper into primary and secondary schools, there was still a lot of need for even just basic education on artificial intelligence. We have a rural access gap.
The report was developed with support from the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, UNESCO. It engaged in nearly 200 Jamaicans across government, private sector, academia, civil society, and youth. It included executive interviews, structured surveys, and consultation sessions. Ms. Simmons proposed several recommendations which she says can push the country forward on the digital scale.
We do need to make sure that we're driving AI literacy down into the primary sector, also with elderly people. And we heard from many private sector organizations that said that they are implementing AI in their operations. So that's great. We need more. We're recommending for the small and medium-sized businesses that we provide those digital tools to them, like cloud access, resources that they can use to develop their small business. And lastly, we should be using artificial intelligence to help us mitigate the damages caused by climate change.
Erica Simmons, the lead expert of the RAM report. Meanwhile, Technology Minister Dr. Andrew Wheatley says that the government is committed to acting on the recommendations outlined in the AI Readiness Assessment Methodology RAM report.
The next chapter is already underway. With both the National AI Policy recommendations and the UNESCO's Readiness Assessment now complete, we are moving forward with the drafting of Jamaica's National AI Policy, anchored in our Vision 2030, grounded in UNESCO's AI ethics principles, and shaped through continued national dialogue. We were among the first in our region to do this work. We intend to be among the first to show what responsible AI governance truly looks like in practice.
And Dr. Andrew Wheatley, Minister with responsibility for technology. He was also speaking at the launch of the AI Readiness Assessment Methodology report on Wednesday. Former Prime Minister of Jamaica, P.J. Patterson, says that the Caribbean community CARICOM missed their chance in showing strong solidarity against the fuel blockade by the U.S. on Cuba. He was delivering the keynote address at the Norman Manley Law School's distinguished lecture on Wednesday.
I believe we missed a golden opportunity in St. Kitts. If Rubio was coming, we should have insisted on the participation of his equivalent on the Cuban side. Have him there rather than a backdoor meeting on the side with someone else, whatever the name of that someone else might be. That would have been an act of solidarity and also enhance our leverage to facilitate dialogue between two neighbors, Cuba and the United States.
The fuel crisis in Cuba was raised in February at the 50th regular CARICOM Heads of Government meeting in St. Kitts and Nevis. CARICOM announced that it plans to send humanitarian aid to Cuba as the island grapples with the blockade. Patterson also made note of the recent strikes by the U.S. on vessels in the Caribbean Sea. He is questioning the silence of CARICOM on the matter.
I ask the leaders of the Caribbean, how can we countenance silence when persons on vessels in the Caribbean Sea are summarily executed without anybody ever seeing a shred of evidence? When and how do we respond? Because our citizens are provided by their constitution with a right to life and prohibition from arbitrary arrests or detention. But it takes courage to care and protect.
P.J. Patterson, former Prime Minister of Jamaica. And that's it for the local segment of the news. Up next, regional and international.
It's This Morning on Nationwide 90 FM. The time is
6:17.
The regional and international news roundup is brought to you by Hanes Underwear. Cool, comfortable clothing all day long.
In regional and international news this morning, a regional in Guyana, An additional 23,816 people will see their cash grants credited to their bank accounts within the next 24 hours. That's according to Senior Minister in the Office of the President with responsibility for finance, Dr. Ashnai Singh. Delivering an update on the National Cash Grant Initiative, Dr. Singh said this new batch of payments brings the total number of successfully processed cash grants to 85,842. That represents more than 8.5 billion Guyanese dollars disbursed directly to eligible citizens. International Donald Trump used a primetime address to the nation on Wednesday evening to declare the month-long war in Iran a success. According to Trump, the war is nearing completion. The Guardian is reporting that Trump's address was delivered against a backdrop of fractured transatlantic alliances and his eroding approval ratings. In remarks from the White House, Trump argued that the U.S., quote, little journey, end quote, to Iran had nearly accomplished all of America's military objectives. Acknowledging the economic pain caused by the conflict, he blamed a short-term rise in gas prices on Iran's actions and insisted the U.S. had become energy independent. Ticking through a list of claimed achievements, Trump said Iran's Navy and Air Force had been decimated, leaving the country weak and no longer a threat to the U.S. and the world. He says the U.S. was ready to bomb Iran back to the Stone Ages, where they belong, if they refused to negotiate and end the war. Democrats criticized Trump's address as incoherent and doing little to answer the most basic questions being asked by the American people. And that's it for regional and international. Up next, sports.
The regional and international news roundup was brought to you by Hanes Underwear. Cool, comfortable clothing all day long.
For all your electrical needs, visit ABC Electrical Sales. They stock a wide variety of electrical supplies, including plugs, switches, panel boards, and conduits, plus energy-saving fixtures. ABC Electrical Sales stocks brands like GE, Siemens, Philips, Cutler Hammer, and Allen Bradley. They also offer free island-wide delivery just to suit your needs. Visit them at Shop 8, Hagley Park Plaza, Kingston 10, or call 876-754-3714-5 or 876-754-3825-8. ABC Electrical Sales, for a better choice in the electrical business.
Boy, I'm glad we get away to the beach for Easter.
I'm glad you bring the Maxfield Easter bun.
One thing connect them all.
Maxfield for maximum satisfaction.
Order by WhatsApp at 455-0144.
Time now for your morning sports. Defending champions St. Elizabeth Technical will resume on 1:48 for 2, weather permitting, on Thursday's third and final day of the Grace Headley Cup final against hosts Manchester High, starting at 10 a.m. The champions are responding to Manchester High's 104 all-out. Tyreek Bryan is not out on 91. Adrian Silvera claimed 6 for 28 in the Manchester innings. Captain Pajay Nelson made most runs for Manchester with 48. Meanwhile, St. Jago High School crowned themselves champions of the corporate era Grey Shield cricket title on Wednesday after completing a 5-wicket win over Campion College at Melbourne. St. Jago started the day on 22 for 1, having been set 168 for victory. Captain and West Indies under-19 star Vital Laws led the victory charge with an unbeaten 74 to go along with his 8 wickets in the game. Wayne Plummer weighed in with 36 and Samuel Berger 25 as St. Jago made 170 for 5. The victory broke a 26-year drought for the Monk Street-based school. Nationwide Sports caught up with coach Joseph Lemmy, who was naturally elated with the team's success.
It's a very good feeling. I'm elated. The school is elated. The players are overjoyed. And to be fair, Frank, it has been our 4 years straight in the finals. 4 years straight in the finals. And winning this one, trust me, it means so much. I would never get a better present than this. It's a great feeling.
Joseph Lemmy. Also in your morning sports, Jamaica and Trinidad and Tobago are set to meet on Thursday at the Jamaica Broilers ground in St. Catherine in the third game of their Cricket West Indies bilateral under-15 cricket series starting at 10 a.m. The second game of the series was abandoned without a ball bowled on Tuesday after overnight rain rendered the outfield waterlogged and unfit for play. The first game was also rain affected, but the Twin Island Republic managed to pull off a 2-wicket victory under the Duckworth-Lewis method. In other games, the Windward Islands battles the Leeward Islands at Coolidge and Antigua, and Barbados against Guyana at Everest. Finally, in your morning sports, Mount Pleasant Academy can move to within 2 points of leaders Montego Bay United when they face cellar dwellers Spanish Town Police in a rescheduled Wren-Nephew Jamaica Premier League game at Royal Lakes on Thursday starting at 3:30 p.m. The former champions currently sit second in the standings on 56 points and are hunting a 16th victory of the season. Spanish Town, on the other hand, are fast running out of games to safe relegation. They are on 20 points at the foot of the standings and 7 points off fellow relegation candidate Malines United. And that's it for your morning sports.
Are you ready to turn your sales and marketing skills into high earnings? Nationwide 90 FM is searching for business development executives to help us grow our business and build lasting client relationships. If you have experience across all stages of the sales cycle and possess strong communication, negotiation, and time management skills with a proven sales track record, this opportunity is perfect for you. Join our team and work with the top corporate brands, media agencies, and of course, our on-air personalities. Enjoy networking opportunities, professional growth, and competitive commissions. Ready to take the next step? Send your resume to hr@nationwidenewsnetwork.com today.
In business this morning, gas prices are going up this morning. Motorists will pay $4.50 more for a litre of 87-octane gasoline. The price of 90-octane will also go up by $4.50. The price of automotive diesel oil and ultra-low sulfur diesel will go up by $4.50. Propane cooking gas will go up, moving by 25 cents. Kerosene goes up by $4.50. Meanwhile, butane will be sold for 25 cents less. Now, the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Commission, BGLC, says it has accelerated the modernization of Jamaica's gaming sector with a new regulatory framework and central monitoring system in Kingston. BGLC says it has also formally updated stakeholders in the gaming machine subsector on the comprehensive new regulatory architecture designed to modernize the industry in line with international best practices. This through a stakeholders meeting held recently at the Chinese Benevolent Association. The BGLC says beginning May 30, 2026, licensing will cease for any new gaming machines that do not meet the updated technical standards. Additionally, come August 1, 2026, BGLC will begin a 24-month phased implementation of a central monitoring system, CMS. Now, BGLC says the modernization initiative addresses key risks associated with limited regulatory oversight to include reduced visibility into machine performance and revenues. It says the other risks are challenges in detecting irregular or unauthorized activity, inefficiencies in compliance and inspection processes, increased banking friction for operators, and potential reputational risks to the sector and country. The BGLC says the CMS will deliver real-time or near real-time transaction visibility, machine-level data reporting, enhanced compliance monitoring, and reduced reliance on manual inspections. BGLC Chairman Ryan Reed says the initiative will be transformative and notes that stakeholders have been given a defined transition period to bring their machines into compliance. Overseas, Elon Musk's SpaceX is poised to become one of the most valuable publicly traded companies in the world. The company, which manufactures rockets, space exploration technology, and Starlink satellites, is currently privately held, but on Wednesday it made a confidential filing with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission for an initial public offering, which would allow shares to be traded in the stock market. The value of SpaceX, once it goes public, is expected to surpass $1 trillion. That would make its eventual stock market debut one of the most financially significant in history. According to reports in Bloomberg, Reuters, and the New York Times, the company is aiming to officially go public sometime in June. By making shares of SpaceX available for purchase by the public, the company is reportedly looking to raise $50 billion or more. In foreign exchange trading, the Jamaican dollar has lost 29 cents and will open against the benchmark US dollar, selling for an average $158.87. Against the Canadian, the Jamaican has gained $2.37 and will open selling for an average $113.81. And finally, the Jamaican has lost $1.22 and will begin trading for an average $211.22 against the British pound. That's it for business this morning.
Obtain high-quality maps and a drone aerial image services through the National Land Agency. The time by the NLA is
6:30.
Every day, Rosie has a glass of fruit drink with breakfast, an energy drink on the way to work, a flavored water with lunch, and 2 glasses of soda with dinner, which adds up to more than 50 teaspoons of sugar a day. And all that extra sugar could bring on obesity. Are we drinking ourselves sick? 71% of Jamaicans support a tax on sugary drinks. Help tackle obesity and protect our children's future. A message from the Heart Foundation of Jamaica.
Many of you have been asking one simple question: how do I sign up for the Nationwide Family Club? Let me walk you through it step by step. Step 1. Take out your phone, tablet, or computer. Open the internet. In the address bar, type patreon.com/Nationwide News Network. Step 2. When the page opens, look for the button that says Join or Become a Member. Step 3. Next, you will see the membership options. Choose the membership you want. Step 4. Patreon will ask you to create an account. You can sign up using your email address or by signing in with Google or Apple. Step 5. Then choose how you would like to pay. You can pay using a credit card or PayPal. Enter your payment details and confirm your membership. And that's it. You're now signed up for the Nationwide Family Club. So just go to patreon.com/Nationwide News Network and follow the steps.
cast away the fears forever, yeah. We'll be forever loving Jah. We'll be forever. We'll be forever loving Jah. Forever, yes, and forever. Forever loving Jah. So hold my river, don't cry for me. I've got a running stream of love, you see. So no matter what stages, oh stages, stages.
Oh yeah.
My sweet Lord, my Lord, my sweet Lord, I really wanna see you. I really wanna see you. I really wanna see you, Lord, but it takes so long, my Lord, my sweet Lord. Oh, my Lord, my sweet Lord, I really wanna know you. I really wanna go with you. I really wanna show you, Lord, that it won't take long, my Lord, my sweet Lord. Oh, my Lord, my sweet Lord, I really wanna see you. 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 But it takes so long, my Lord, my sweet Lord.
Here I come again, Jaja. Before your presence be singing. Lord, watch over our shoulders tonight and help us live thy words tomorrow. Let's not forget where we're from. Father, show us the way to go. You said I must love and feed my enemies, and I'm gonna do it. You said I shouldn't hate or grudge, and I won't, not even for a minute. Let only truth come from my lips. Bless our souls, cause without you we can't make it. Lord, watch over our shoulders tonight and help us live our words tomorrow. Let's not forget where we're from, for the show us the way to go. You're the wind beneath my wings. See me through all the things.
37, it's 6:37 on this fake Friday. It's Holy Thursday, Good Thursday if you're feeling in a particular mood. And it is a good time to be alive. My name is George.
And I'm Tana.
What a go on, pa, what a go on.
And I made it through Lent.
You did?
And I kept my commitment.
Which was what?
Jeremy asking what I gave up. I gave up alcohol.
Oh yeah, she said she not drink no wine. She said she not drink no wine. Thank you very much. Tana barely drink a little tipple.
What did you give up, Jeremy? I gave up bad mind people. Oh my goodness. Yeah, but the point is, I could have had something on a weekend. That's the point, and I didn't.
All right. Please,
so
may I beg you? Please, may I beg you?
I was disciplined.
Please, may I beg you?
What you gonna do, Jermaine? I welcome that, because Lent ends on Holy Thursday, which is today.
Please,
so,
may I beg you?
Yes.
Don't ask me when we need to me, I will give up.
What did you give up, George?
Hold on. King, she's asking me what I said I was going to give up. You know my work?
It don't matter. Where was your discipline?
Hold on.
What about the commitment, George?
You
Sylvester
know,
Davis?
You know where I work.
You know the people
me no care.
You know care. King, would you fault me for not being able to keep my commitment?
But first, Jermaine, go away. First, tell the folks or NTMers what you said you're gonna give up.
Me did say me want to give up cutting Latin.
All right, that's a good way to put it. And he failed at day number 2.
Listeners, viewers, audience, Tana knows where I work. And she well I know. So she's being unfair to me because in context she should be saying, George, I understand why you couldn't keep that. Do you understand?
But you're a disciplined guy.
Yes, but Tana.
You know, you wake up at a certain time. You know, you do the readings, all of these things.
Tana.
You could have added that one. But man.
You could really know the real story and I said this? Exactly. You see what I'm saying? Boy, I tried it. I tried for a day or 2.
Yeah.
But boy,
next we revisit next year.
Uno. People
don't mix me.
Yeah. I told them fault, yeah. I should know.
Don't mix me. But you can tell us in the chat what you guys gave up for Lent. Yeah, and I'm gonna check on Sonia. I don't recall seeing her with any Pepsi.
Joke.
Oh, she failed too? Oh my goodness.
Please,
I'm going to review the video because we did do a video.
Yeah, we need to run back the file.
Yeah.
Yeah?
So she'll give up Pepsi.
No, sir. Sonia, you know the Pepsi, man. Marigold says, George, you can start over. Carleen Smith says, stop it, George.
You failed.
Andrea Spence, good morning. Good morning, Andrea. Good morning to you. Good morning, Carleen. Carleen with a K, good morning. Nad says, not cool, George. Nad's me try.
He made a little effort.
Try, listen, man. It's either one of 2 things. It's either I was going to do what I did, or they were going to do me. Meaning, they're going to mad me or something, or me going to, you know? But
yeah,
that was the release. That was... Listen, me work with some people that don't understand.
Rasta Jamaican says, blessings nationwide family. And Rasta Rock Jamaican gave up rice and Coca-Cola.
Excellent.
Yeah,
Excellent.
awesome stuff. I think Alric gave up chicken.
What?
Yeah.
For real?
And I think Kalisa gave up sweets.
Kalisa should have given up food from that establishment, because every day she eat it. You know? I'm not call him name.
Yeah,
Professor says, I gave up sugar, rice, and that thing.
What? Oh.
What is that
What's
thing?
What's that thing?
Must be a pork.
And good morning to you, Ricardo Goulburn, asking if anyone tricked me yesterday.
No, but
I tried.
I saw it late, you know. I saw it late.
I think I catch some of them.
You did. They were pretend. As I saw it at the end when the comments were coming, because I wonder why so much comments are coming.
Yeah.
And when I realized, I said, Tana, get to the man. You did. It was good. It was good.
I think I did.
It was good.
Yeah, but nobody tricked me.
It was good.
Yeah, so lots of folks in the chat who
but go read them, no?
Have given up stuff for Lent.
Hold on, I'm going to start at Michelle Gray. She says, me feel to judge.
Oh,
yeah.
What did you give up? What did you say you're gonna give up?
The she said she feel. That's what she. By virtue of saying me feel too. Yeah.
Then here Leroy, what's Leroy say I gave up lusting.
Really no, Leroy. Really no. J.A. Queen says, George, we no sell out. Chip it if you have to.
Kingsley Graham says, I want to give up Coca-Cola, but it never works.
Murder. Chris Mulling says, me still work on how to give up Pepsi as well.
Yeah. Kerwin Burt says, I gave up giving.
Aye.
Wow.
Carleen Smith, I kept everything.
Oh.
Congratulations to you.
Brandon Ormsby says, where did this one go? Brandon says, I said I was going to give up chicken, but boy, from smell it, I know I couldn't.
Fry. Dreview says, time too hard to give up anything.
Wow.
I like that one.
And Chris D says, want to give up sugar, but condensed milk in my coffee.
I see the struggles. Dwayne Ashley says, I gave up carbs and sugars.
Carbs and sugars.
Yeah, whole heap of something, something carbs in it.
Yeah. Keisha says, "Me failed to after 12-hour shift, but couldn't give up the alcohol."
Valmac says, Tana, I cut down on the addictive substance sugar. I had lesser confectionaries. Good on you, Valmac.
Yeah,
That's good.
Ashia Hardy says, "I drink at least 4 cans of Pepsi per day." No, you have a
Enough
cut down,
that-
Ashia.
Hello, Dr. Tufton, they want to see you. If you lock you up, you know, like a room
Yeah.
for one couple of days and detox, you need to go cold turkey, man. I know
cut
Pepsi
down.
that. Yeah. G's and peace. Listen, no, Greg Hansen. I gave away Manchester United. Oh, look up, sir.
I love it.
Come, sir.
I love it.
Oh, look up, sir. Oh, look up, sir.
No, I love that
Oh,
one.
look up, sir. Greg. Seriously, Greg. On this day, on Holy Thursday, Greg, you choose violence.
Don't take it back.
Sure. Greg, be disappointed, man. Come on, man.
I love this one. Carvel gave up smoking. That's
That's
awesome
excellent.
stuff,
That's
Carvel
excellent.
Wallace. Yeah.
You know, so yesterday I was in a hardware at the cash register in a Manchester United jersey. And one man, several aisles across, said, "Oh, man, where are you doing that?"
Whoa.
Me and see you on the TV that I sitting there. Take off the shirt, man.
Take it off.
That's a brethren. Yeah, abuse being in public. Yeah, that's that. Sure.
Take it off.
Delia Shirley says, I said I was going to give up meat, but forgot the very next day.
Oh,
LOL.
wow. Here's another person that gave up rice. Adane Brooks that gave up rice. And Adane says, not going back. Yeah. Well, there are many alternatives. So good on you.
Earmark him now. Mark Greensword. I will give away the pleasure of life until my next flight to the Maple Leaf land.
Whoa.
When you got Canada, Mark? Remember me when I fly out, me and Tana here. Tana, we are small.
Yeah. Extra small.
Yeah. 9.5. Well, I know. What country people call sneakers again?
Crep? Yeah.
9.5 crep. Here, Mark.
Yeah.
Big up yourself, my G.
You have to go cut out your foot for the
paper.
For the
Yeah.
cardboard.
And when you come, just link Kirk. Because Kirk, I can't Kirk Buchanan. Are we G? So tell Kirk for just plastic up and plastic up and, you know? Yeah.
And I'm seeing here, Donna Thompson says, I tried to give up jerk pork and it didn't work.
Hold on. Them said that never try. Them said that never try. Here, Unstoppable Josh. How can anyone give up Pepsi? Nah, I know Pepsi nice, you know. So when the rare times I drink a soda, it have to be. I've never had a cola champagne or what the yellow one name again?
The
yellow
pineapple?
One, I've never had that soda. Never.
It's
But
nice.
when I drink soda, the rare Pepsi nice, you know.
Yeah, Pepsi nice.
Pepsi
But you
nice.
can't drink 4 cans
No,
a
you
day.
can't drink 4 Pepsi a day.
You're so
Hold on. You're on a program.
Yeah, 4 cans a day for a cut down. Carlene Smith says, I gave up on the boys. I just remember.
Which boys?
The reggae
Oh, the reggae boys. Well, yeah, you can't give up.
Glenn Bin says, I gave up snacking at nights.
That's good.
Awesome.
You remember the tiff. Well, it wasn't a tiff. You remember the dispute in the newsroom when Chevron said Cliff wake up and eat bun at night time. Hey, you all thought Cliff was joking. If he could have top dog, Chevron didn't top him down. He was we had to lie up a meeting and that. Chevron said, yes, sir.
And he said it with such conviction.
Yes. Because I believe Chevron, you know, but the way Cliff responds, I said, no,
I
never tell you that.
Bernard Sims says, I don't like fish. So is it that you gave it up? Bernard. And Donna Llewellyn says, you gave up regular rice. Donna, you only eat jasmine.
Hey, shade.
Right,
Here Edgar Gordon says, I gave up meat, including chicken, and found out that cabbage is tastier than meat.
Oh, yes.
Edgar,
That's
no.
an interesting one.
No. Edgar, come now.
Where you putting in your cabbage,
And that may I say.
Edgar?
Yeah? And the way boy put in a chicken in, where boy put in a cabbage.
Yeah.
Hold on there. Did we miss one?
Veronica says, I gave up meat, but had fish and vegetables. Awesome.
There are a lot of Pepsi fans in the chat this morning. Almost every other comment is about Pepsi. And defending Pepsi. When I said Pepsi body, what does I say? 4 cans of Pepsi in one
Per day?
That's one every 6 hours. Where you take pill?
Yeah, that's a lot of Pepsi every day.
Enough Pepsi. Yeah, overdo it.
Moderation, you know?
Mm-hmm.
The things in moderation.
Caroline Smith says Chef got under his skin. No, really, man. No, man. It was good fun. But Cliff was adamant. You know, something you draw a card for him and him take it. He never did take that one there.
And we draw lots of cards in here.
Every day. The card draw. Who's the ace card draw?
You, Alric. Who else? I'd say Bucky draw a card sometime.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, everybody draw a card.
Draw a card.
Yeah.
Draw a card.
Yeah.
No bad card.
All in good fun.
No bad card. Right. Delroy TCI says, good morning, George. Please keep it holy. Don't touch the meat.
It's This Morning on Nationwide 90 FM. The time is
6:49.
JPS and Partners Cooperative Credit Union offers financial solutions for every stage in your life: savings, auto loans, mortgages, and more. The Temperature by JPS and Partners Cooperative Credit Union, your financial partner for life, is
24 degrees Celsius in Kingston, 25 degrees Celsius in Montego Bay, 19 degrees Celsius in Mandeville.
Every professional reaches a moment when growth calls. A promotion, a new opportunity, a bigger vision. At Mona School of Business and Management, our globally competitive graduate programs, including the internationally accredited MBA, are designed for ambitious professionals who are ready to lead. With flexible delivery options that fit your lifestyle, advancing your career is within reach. Learn from world-class faculty. Connect with influential leaders. Transform your future. Visit discover.msbm-uwi.org and apply online for a graduate degree. MSBM, Global Knowledge, Regional Solutions.
Time now for Street Smarts 1 with the gentleman, Ludlow McLean. Good morning, Ludlow.
Morning, George. Morning, Tana.
Hey to you, Ludlow.
High sugar, low sugar, with sugar.
Middle sugar.
I tell you, boy. Carbohydrates, when it digests, is sugar to you.
Yes, ma'am.
Anyway, it's no sun and no rainbow today, but it's clouds. It's bright.
Yes.
Some clear clouds above, and guess what's happening? If you're in the New Kingston area, Kingston 5, the movement is pretty good along Knoxford Boulevard in both directions. In the vicinity of Trafalgar, no problems. Waterloo, that's where you're going to have some traffic coming towards Hope Road and going across to Trafalgar. And the same thing along Kingsway, going up Hope Road. It's busy, but no major delays. The business is really as we make it through Half a Tree Square there, and as usual, Constance Spring Road carries a lot of traffic coming down into Half a Tree Square and going across to Half a Tree Road. Further up into the Ligon area, that area is also busy, but goodness gracious, the roads are a little bit better now because Monroe Road going up to Wellington is clear. You can make it. You won't be able to access the gas station yet. I think it's still work in progress. But generally speaking, from once you leave Papine, coming down Olop Road, it's quite, good vehicular movement. No delays at the moment. So as you make your way through Matilda's Corner, that's where you're going to find it busy. Just in the vicinity of the embassy. And then going down Olop Road, it's steady. So there you go. Our first report for the morning on the bright and sunny conditions.
Thank you, Ludlow. Ludlow there with Street Smarts 2. Monica McCallum says, good morning, George and Tona. You guys are making my morning. Thank you very much, Monica.
Good morning.
We exist to provide good service to you. The word of the day now. Hello.
Guys.
Hello. Hello. Trapped?
George. Listen.
What you?
The word of the
day. The word. Okay? The word.
Yeah. Lagniappe. Spelled Lagniappe.
Lagniappe. Lagniappe.
Lanyap.
Lanyap is your word of the day, and it's a noun. It means chiefly in southern Louisiana or southeast Texas. It means a small gift given with a purchase to a customer by way of compliment or for good measure. It's like a bonus, a gratuity, or a tip, an unexpected or indirect benefit. Lanyap is your word of the day. To use it in a sentence, when you buy a dozen donuts, the extra one is the lanyap. Or another for you, the hotel stay was great, and the complimentary wine was a nice lanyap. Lagniappe.
You know what I'd like to ask Jamaicans quickly, King, in a few seconds? If you did thirsty, bad, and you emerge out of the place that you were confined in, which is why you couldn't get something to drink, and on the table is a ice cold glass of water, and beside it is a ice cold glass of Pepsi. Which one are you going to drink first? Tell us in the chat. Tell us.
Tell us.
Mr. King, are you there?
He's thinking about it too.
In Coming of Age, we're continuing to look at how lifestyle non-communicable diseases affects your heart. Today, we are focusing on how hypertension affects your heart. Hypertension, or high blood pressure, relates to the pressure at which the blood flows through the arteries. If this pressure is constantly high, the patient is said to be hypertensive. Left undetected or uncontrolled, high blood pressure can lead to heart attack. This happens because the high blood pressure damages arteries that can become blocked and prevents blood flowing to the heart muscle. Stroke, because high blood pressure can cause blood vessels that supply blood and oxygen to the brain to become blocked or burst. Heart failure, due to increased workload from high blood pressure that causes the heart to enlarge and fails to supply blood to the body. Kidney disease, or failure, as the high blood pressure can damage the arteries around the kidneys and interfere with their ability to filter blood effectively. Vision loss because of the strain put on the eye with damage to the blood vessels in the eyes. Sexual dysfunction. High blood pressure can lead to erectile dysfunction in men and may contribute to lower libido in women. Angina, which happens over time, leading to heart disease including microvascular disease. Angina or chest pain is a common symptom. And peripheral artery disease caused by high blood pressure can lead to narrowed arteries in the legs, arms, stomach, and head, causing pain or fatigue. High blood pressure is usually a chronic condition that gradually causes damage over years. But sometimes blood pressure rises so quickly and severely that it becomes a medical emergency, requiring immediate treatment, often with hospitalization. In these situations, high blood pressure can cause blindness, chest pain complications in pregnancy, preeclampsia or eclampsia, heart attack, memory loss, personality changes, trouble concentrating, irritability, or progressive loss of consciousness, severe damage to the body's main artery, stroke, leading to fluid backup in the lungs, resulting in shortness of breath and sudden loss of kidney function. But you can decrease your risk with the following lifestyle changes: exercising, staying at a healthy weight, and eating healthy foods. Your healthcare provider may order high blood pressure medicines to manage your blood pressure. High blood pressure is a very common condition, but some people don't even know they have it. If you've been told you have high blood pressure, it's very important to take the medicine your provider ordered for you. Keeping your blood pressure well managed is a key factor in preventing heart disease. You have the power to make healthy changes in your life for a healthy heart. That's it for Coming of Age today.
Fearless and fair, Nationwide 90 FM.
Certain values, attitudes, and even some man-made things can often be described as being classic. They remain relevant influential and popular over a long period, often remaining in existence long after other trends fade away and fade out of existence. This is Lifestyle Pages on how confidence is achieved. Every one of us has basic needs that prove we belong to the human race. These are to have shelter from the natural elements of cold, rain, and heat, to have food when hungry, and to be safe from harm. The need to share with others, to be part of a group is a strong human need. The need to achieve and to acquire positions is present in most of us, as is the need to have others recognize our achievements. These needs must be met if we are to be happy and confident in our work, home, and social environment. I'm Valerie, and those were Lifestyle Pages.
News on the go. The latest stories from Jamaica and around the world are literally a finger tap away. Keep up to date with Teen Revolution 24 hours a day online via nationwideradiojm.com. Listen live, read the latest stories, hear every soundbite. Be a part of the vibrant online debate via Facebook and Twitter. Now you can get all your favorite premium nationwide content at your convenience. Visit the Android Play Store and download it for free today. NationwideRadioJM.com. All day, every day. Team Revolution.
Nationwide 90 FM, continuing the tradition of fair, fearless, and factual reporting.
Jamaica, let's make road safety a priority. Slow down, stay focused. Remember, every life matters. The time brought to you by the JIS is...
News time, 7 o'clock.
One nation, one purpose, to rebuild stronger than before. Build it to last with tools and equipment from National Supply. The temperature by National Supply is...
24 degrees Celsius in Kingston, 25 degrees Celsius in Montego Bay, 19 degrees Celsius in Mandeville.
The most credible news in the morning. The news at 7 on Nationwide 90 FM.
Coming up in the news at 7 today, Thursday, April 2, 2026, JTA boss says her members are determined to leave the bargaining table with an improved wage deal amid ongoing talks with government. Former PNP General Secretary says embattled Jacqueline Boss should recuse himself from the PAC. A report assessing Jamaica's readiness to adopt and regulate artificial intelligence has been launched. And in international news, Trump says Iran war is a success in surprise primetime TV address to Americans.
If it's news, it's got to be Nationwide 90 FM.
Now to the details. President-elect of the Jamaica Teachers Association, JTA LaSonia Harrison, says the union will not relent in its pursuit of improving the salaries of the nation's teachers. She was speaking at the JTA's 62nd anniversary commemoration ceremony in Kingston on Wednesday.
We will unapologetically, vociferously continue to lobby for the improved salaries and conditions of service of our members. That's what we were elected to do, and that's what we are paid to do for that of the administrative members.
Negotiations are ongoing between the JTA and the Ministry of Finance for the 2025 to 28 contract period. Among the matters brought by the union to the ministry are outstanding salary increments and other contract issues. Harrison says the financial struggles of the nation's educators have amplified post-Hurricane Melissa.
Our current working conditions of schools in the West currently are disturbing to say the least. Though work has begun, but at what pace? Salaries in particular, that of the classroom teacher, along with anomalies of supervisees on par or exceed that of supervisors, to which the matter of rebanding will solve, along with matters that breach the rights of teachers, be they systemic or processes, we continue the struggle.
LaSonia Harrison, President-elect of the JTA. President of the Jamaica Employers Federation, JEF, Wayne Chen, says the challenge of low productivity must be addressed in this fiscal year.
From where I sit, we have a low productivity crisis in Jamaica, and we are not going to help our dismal productivity figures if we move forward with significant increases in the public sector, because the last round had an impact of dragging along many private sector wages. We have record low unemployment in the country and a tight job market. We have already had an announcement of an increase in the minimum wage, and this is not about minimum wage jobs, because with a tight job market, most people are moving ahead of minimum wage, but it has an upward push on wages overall. I don't think we have heard enough emphasis on how we are going to lift productivity in Jamaica in a sustainable way.
Wayne Chen, President of the Jamaica Employers Federation, he was speaking on the People's Agenda on Nationwide at 5 on Tuesday. President General of the Bustamante Industrial Trade Union, BITU, Senator Cavan Gale, says the nation's labor force can feel secure in the government's plans for the new fiscal year.
You would have had previous budgets that give handouts, give goodies. This is a budget more of protection in terms of sustaining and preserving what we have, whilst we as a country is going to be building on the future. So I'm of the profound view that workers must feel more secured going into this budget, where any level of taxation is placed elsewhere than on the backs of the working class.
Senator Gale says workers were initially skeptical about the budget for the fiscal year. He says many believed the Holness administration would try to increase taxes on the working public in an effort to fund the rebuilding of Jamaica post-Hurricane Melissa, but he says those fears have been allayed.
As far back as November or December of last year, workers would have been concerned what kind of budget to expect. And they were expecting worse, coming out of a catastrophic event like Melissa. But then the good thing is that that never came out. It is a budget crafted at the right time to create that level of sustainability, recovery, and future planning for Jamaica. It is more forward planning in nature, more on sustainability and protecting the country and its citizens and its workers. So it's much more than what workers would have anticipated.
Cavan Gale, President General of the Bustamante Industrial Trade Union, he was speaking on the People's Agenda on Nationwide at 5 on Tuesday. Former PNP General Secretary Maxine Henry Wilson is calling on Member of Parliament and the Jackden Limited's principal, Dennis Gordon, to recuse himself from Parliament's Public Accounts Committee, PAC, until issues surrounding the University Hospital of the West Indies, UHWI, are fully addressed. Her comments follow a report by the Auditor General's Department, which found that Jackden was among 4 private companies that unlawfully benefited from the hospital's tax exemption status to import goods. Henry Wilson is arguing that the situation presents a potential conflict of interest.
I think he probably should recuse himself for a period of time while this matter is being treated. His parliamentary resignation, I am a little hesitant about that, because I think one of the important things about parliamentary resignations is that, he represents a constituency. They may want to have a voice in it. And in terms of the Region 3, it rises to the issue of what the Internal Integrity Commission of the party. There's an opportunity for the party to take a stand on the matter, whether it is resignation or, there are different tiers. But I think it's a matter that is deserving of the party's attention, as it speaks a lot about integrity.
On Wednesday, the youth arm of the ruling Jamaica Labour Party, Young Jamaica, called for Gordon to resign from the PAC. He currently serves as chairman of the PNP's Region 3. The report from the Auditor General indicated that Jackden benefited from a waiver of approximately $10 million through the improper use of UHWI's tax exemption status to import 12 dialysis machines in 2024. The Jamaica Customs Agency has since completed its probe into Jackden, while investigations continue into the other companies, Supreme Law laundry services, Wilman Sales, and Scientific Medical Services. The Integrity Commission and the Major Organized Crime and Anti-Corruption Agency MOCA, along with the Police Fraud Squad, are also investigating the findings. Henry Wilson says it may be to Gordon's credit to step away from public duties voluntarily to allow the investigations to proceed.
It may develop to more than just, a personal thing of guilt. It may move into the courts, I don't know. It is going to affect his integrity declarations, for sure, and that may have consequences. So I think he needs to think through very, very carefully beyond the legal dimension of it, his own political future. Now, many people, will say, oh, this is just wind passing over. But I think it gives the PNP a chance to demonstrate that its declarations about integrity, and which was very strong in the last election, go beyond just talking, that they're going to walk the walk. And it always comes down to the party leader. I can tell you that it always is the party leader who is in that stew.
Maxine Henry Wilson. Meanwhile, political analyst Damian Gordon says Dennis Gordon's continued presence on the PAC creates a perception of conflict of interest and distracts from the committee's work.
I'm also weirdo of partisan narratives shaping public opinion. So first, I would take calls for resignation coming from politically affiliated groups with some grain of salt, and this is not to dismiss them entirely. We also have to recognize that oftentimes these interventions are really politically motivated rather than, being grounded in any principle or any public interest consideration. And importantly, they tend to be selective. You don't always see the same level of urgency or outrage when similar controversies involve actors on the government side. But that aside, if we move beyond politics and we focus on governance, I do think that there is a strong case for Mr. Gordon to consider stepping up aside from the EC in particular.
Damian Gordon, political analyst. Jamaica has taken a significant step in digital transformation with the launch of the Artificial Intelligence Readiness Assessment Methodology, or RAM report. The report assesses Jamaica's preparedness to adopt and regulate AI, examining areas such as legal frameworks, infrastructure, education, and governance. It found that while Jamaica has a strong digital foundation, significant gaps remain. RAM's lead expert, Erica Simmons, outlined the findings of the report at Wednesday's launch.
We need an AI-specific law. We have a lot of data regarding our workforce that's missing. We don't know how many people in the country are actually performing AI jobs. The skills supply is unknown to some extent, and we have talent gaps. We have frequent power outages in Jamaica, and data costs remain high. The adoption is a bit uneven across the country. We heard a lot of people, of course, in the academic tertiary sector working on AI, but when we delved a little bit deeper into primary and secondary schools, there was still a lot of need for even just basic education on artificial intelligence. We have a rural access gap.
The report was developed with support from the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, UNESCO. It engaged nearly 200 Jamaicans across government, private sector, academia, civil society, and the youth. It included executive interviews, structured surveys, and consultation sessions. Simmons put forward several recommendations, which she says can push the country forward on the digital scale.
We do need to make sure that we're driving AI literacy down into the primary sector, also with elderly people. And we heard from many private sector organizations that said that they are implementing AI in their operations. So that's great. We need more. We're recommending for the small and medium-sized businesses that we provide those digital tools to them, like cloud access, resources that they can use to develop their small business. And lastly, we should be using artificial intelligence to help us mitigate the damages caused by climate change.
Erica Simmons, lead expert on the RAM report. Meanwhile, Technology Minister Dr. Andrew Wheatley says the government is committed to acting on the recommendations outlined in the RAM report.
The next chapter is already underway. With both the National AI Policy recommendations and the UNESCO's Readiness Assessment now complete, we are moving forward with the drafting of Jamaica's National AI Policy, anchored in our Vision 2030, grounded in UNESCO's AI ethics principles, and shaped through continued national dialogue. We were among the first in our region to do this work. We intend to be among the first to show what responsible AI governance truly looks like in practice.
Dr. Andrew Wheatley, Minister with responsibility for technology. He was also speaking at the launch of the AI Readiness Assessment Methodology Report, or RAM report, on Wednesday. Former Prime Minister P.J. Patterson says the Caribbean community CARICOM missed its chance to show solidarity against the fuel blockade by the U.S. on Cuba, or to show solidarity with Cuba in light of its fuel blockade by the United States. He was delivering the keynote address at the Norman Manley Law School's distinguished lecture on Wednesday.
I believe we missed a golden opportunity in St. Kitts. If Rubio was coming, we should have insisted on the participation of his equivalent on the Cuban side. Have him there rather than a backdoor meeting on the side with someone else, whatever the name of that someone else might be. That would have been an act of solidarity and also enhance our leverage to facilitate dialogue between two neighbors, Cuba and the United States.
The fuel crisis in Cuba was raised in February at the 50th regular CARICOM Heads of Government meeting in St. Kitts and Nevis. CARICOM announced it plans to send humanitarian aid to Cuba as the island grapples with the blockade. Patterson also made note of recent strikes by the U.S. on vessels in the Caribbean Sea. He's questioning the silence of CARICOM on the matter.
I ask the leaders of the Caribbean, how can we countenance silence when persons on vessels in the Caribbean Sea are summarily executed without anybody ever seeing a shred of evidence? When and how do we respond? Because our citizens are provided by their constitution with a right to life and prohibition from arbitrary arrests or detention. But it takes courage to care and protect.
P.J. Patterson, former Prime Minister. An item of regional news now. In Guyana, an additional 23,816 people will see their cash grants credited to their bank accounts over the next 24 hours. That's according to Senior Minister in the Office of the President with responsibility for finance, Dr. Ashni Singh. Delivering an update on the National Cash Grant Initiative, Dr. Singh said this new batch of payments brings the total number of successfully processed cash grants to 85,842. Guyana Chronicle is reporting that represents more than 8.5 billion Guyanese dollars disbursed directly to eligible citizens. Further afield, Donald Trump used a prime-time address to the nation on Wednesday evening to declare the month-long war in Iran a success. According to Trump, the war is nearing completion. The Guardian is reporting that Trump's address was delivered against the backdrop of fractured transatlantic alliances and his eroding approval ratings. In remarks from the White House, Trump argued that the U.S.'s, quote, little journey, end quote, to Iran had nearly accomplished all of America's military objectives. Acknowledging the economic pain caused by the conflict, he blamed a short-term rise in gas prices on Iran's actions and insisted the United States had become energy independent. Ticking through a list of claimed achievements, Trump said Iran's Navy and Air Force had been decimated, leaving the country weak and no longer a threat to the U.S. and the world. He says the U.S. was ready to bomb Iran back to the Stone Ages, where they belong, if they refuse to negotiate an end to the war. Democrats criticized Trump's address as incoherent and doing little to answer the most basic questions being asked by the American people. That's the news.
Sign up for the JN Money Card. It's safe, convenient, and free. The time by JN Money is
7:17.
Rent or buy your hurricane supplies from Total Tools. Visit 102 Main Street, Outaris, 34 Slipe Road, Kingston 5, or Lot C6, Drax Hall, St. Anne's Bay. The temperature brought to you by Total Tools Jamaica is
24 degrees Celsius in Kingston, 25 degrees Celsius in Montego Bay, 21 degrees Celsius in Mandeville. Time now for Street Smarts 2 with Ludlow McLean. Good morning, Ludlow.
Good morning again, George. All listeners, all motoring public, all visitors.
Yes, our visitors to our island and those who are leaving now, we wish them all the best, safe travel, and hope you had a great experience. Well, the traffic is mixed because normally at this time, coming around Barbican Road towards Whitcomb, there's a lot of bumper-to-bumper traffic, and it's also keep flowing once you leave Barbican, Whitcomb, coming around to connect with Hope and Hope Road respectively. There's a few lines of vehicle heading down Hope Road, but nothing to cause any delay. And as I said, Lincoln still remains quite active as you make your way. Now, what's happening further? Going up towards Barbican Square, you know, the usual traffic coming out of Ross Heights, Birdsucker Lane, and also Arcadia Drive. That makes the traffic a bit more busy as they make their way around to East Kingshouse Road. And going further up, Shortwood Road is running steadily also, going across, but short of the conference thing, that's where you're going to notice some build-up. And remember, if you're heading into Arthurtree, be prepared for traffic. There's traffic from along West Kingshouse Road onto Constancing Road and heading southbound onto Constancing Road. Constancing Road already busy, as I said, going through that clock and heading down to Hartford. And it's the same thing, Malines Road onto Eastwood Park, then around to South Oden Avenue, and also Hagley Park Road coming up towards Eastwood Park Road. That's it for the morning, and all transport operators and stakeholders, passengers on the various modes of transportation, safe travel. As usual, that's smart. Your safety is all concerned. Over to you, George.
Thank you, Ludlow. Ludlow there with Street Smarts 2. Up next, front page. Front Page is brought to you today by ABC Electrical Sales, for a better choice in the electrical business. For all your electrical needs, visit ABC Electrical Sales. They stock a wide variety of electrical supplies including plugs, switches, panel boards and conduits, plus energy-saving fixtures. ABC Electrical Sales stocks brands like GE, Siemens, Philips, Cutler Hammer and Allen Bradley. They also offer free island-wide delivery just to suit your needs. Visit them at Shop 8, Hagley Park Plaza, Kingston 10, or call 876-754-3714-5 or 876-754-3825-8. ABC Electrical Sales, for a better choice in the electrical business. As we welcome you to the front page this morning, let me just steal in ahead of you, Tona, to say this week is poised to be a sweet one for the boys from 89 Old Hope Road and one Kareem Boyer Things Weathers. Mm-hmm. They have a very important engagement later on with some ladies from Trelawney. JC meet Westwood in the Father of Schools Challenge quiz. And the Westwood ladies are saying, yeah, no worry yourself, when you get champs, watch for later. Yeah. The JC boys are saying, no, we're completing the set, and they are going to go to Easter with another trophy in the bag. So it should be worth going miles to see. Mm-hmm. Good luck to the JC boys. Good luck to the Westwood ladies, the Westwood girls. And may the deserving team win.
Yeah, looking forward to that later on. But turning our attention now to our discussion segment, the front page. This morning on the front page, Jamaica has taken a major step in its digital transformation journey with the launch of the Artificial Intelligence AI Readiness Assessment Methodology RAM report. The report evaluates the country's preparedness to adopt and regulate AI, focusing on key areas such as legal frameworks, infrastructure, education, and governance. While it highlights Jamaica's strong digital foundation, it also identifies significant gaps that must be addressed. RAM lead expert Erica Simmons presented the findings during Wednesday's launch.
We need an AI-specific law. We have a lot of data regarding our workforce that's missing. We don't know how many people in the country are actually performing AI jobs. The skills supply is unknown to some extent, and we have talent gaps. We have frequent power outages in Jamaica, and data costs remain high. The adoption is a bit uneven across the country. We heard a lot of people, of course, in the academic tertiary sector working on AI, but when we delved a little bit deeper into primary and secondary schools, there was still a lot of need for even just basic education on artificial intelligence. We have a rural access gap.
The report was developed with support from the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, UNESCO. It engaged nearly 200 Jamaicans from across government, the private sector, academia, civil society, and youth groups. The process included executive interviews, structured surveys, and consultation sessions. Ms. Simmons also put forward several recommendations which she says could help advance the country's progress on the digital landscape.
We do need to make sure that we're driving AI literacy down into the primary sector, also with elderly people. And we heard from many private sector organizations that said that they are implementing AI in their operations. So that's great. We need more. We're recommending for the small and medium-sized businesses that we provide those digital tools to them, like cloud access, resources that they can use to develop their small business. And lastly, we should be using artificial intelligence to help us mitigate the damages caused by climate change.
Erica Simmons, lead expert of the RAM report. We're now being joined by Technology Minister, Dr. Andrew Wheatley. Dr. Wheatley, good morning to you.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Not too bad. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Thank you so much for joining us here.
Morning, sir.
On Nationwide this morning. Now, Dr. Wheatley, Erica Simmons there highlighted that Jamaica has a strong digital foundation, but also that there are significant gaps that must be addressed on Jamaica's AI journey. What did you make of the findings from UNESCO?
Okay, first I must say that we welcome the opportunity to utilize the RAM, which is the readiness assessment methodology. What it has shown us is that we are not starting from scratch. We have a very solid foundation, and what it is saying is that we have a little way to go to fully embrace AI, to ensure that our citizens are ready to embrace and appreciate and see the opportunities that AI presents, and utilize such opportunities to create opportunities for themselves as well. We have the legislation, some legislation that supports the whole AI ecosystem, such as Data Protection Act and the recently amended Cybersecurity Act. And of course, the open data policy that keeps to developing an ecosystem that would facilitate the full rollout of AI, the full acceptance and implementation of AI in our everyday life. It is on us, I must add, that AI is not something that is coming. It is already here. It is now for us to embrace it and get our people to be, in that frame of mind to appreciate and utilize it for the good it can do. It points us as to the point that in order for us to fully embrace AI, we have to ensure that we build our capacity. I personally believe that we have to develop a program to increase the knowledge and the training of our citizens at all stages of life, from early childhood to mature adults or senior citizens, because AI will impact every strata of our life, and as such, we have to ensure that our citizens are ready to embrace that. So, that is one of the gaps that was highlighted, that we have to ensure that public education and awareness is done. And it must not only be done in the urban centers. As oftentimes, policies or some initiatives that we put out are centered only around the main urban centers. We want to ensure that rural areas, rural communities embrace technology as well. And the good thing about it is that we have an infrastructure to build on, to to ensure that, access and is given to persons living outside of the urban centers. And in fact, fully implementing AI in our lives involves implementing or using AI in, for example, agriculture. And agriculture is a mainstay in most of the rural community. And so they would need to be able to appreciate and utilize the technologies that are around AI to enhance their own productivity, their own lives in that part of the country. So AI, go ahead.
Yes, and Minister, in the RAM reports here, they have about 19 recommendations, and you were speaking just now to the legal framework that Jamaica has so far. Mm-hmm. But they're recommending that we enact a standalone AI Act to address bias, liability, classification, and explainability. They're saying it should create an independent AI regulatory authority or expand the duties of the Data Protection Authority to audit high-risk systems, enforce ethics, and mandate impact assessments. I'm sure you've gone through the recommendations, digested them.
Yes, and I'm glad you mentioned that, because we are very proactive as a government, that we recently relaunched the AI task force that started some of the work in terms of, delivering now our AI policy recommendation in 2 years ago, September 2024. And that task force was initially established in August 2023, and they did some good work. And what we have done is that we have reappointed and expanded the AI task force late last year. And they are now tasked with developing our own AI policy and working with stakeholders to develop the legislation to govern the AI use. And so, even though the recommendation highlighted that we are very proactive in that we have started that entire process of building out that AI, the legislation and the policy to govern the use of AI, the ethical use of AI, and also, the legislation that will protect and encourage our citizens to have trust in using AI. So we appreciated that from early out, and we have started the work in that regard.
We're talking about artificial intelligence this morning on the front page with the Technology Minister, Dr. Andrew Wheatley. Going to take a break and come back with more.
Jamaica live good, yeah. I make we enjoy life, while we feel safe at night. Jamaica live good.
Jamaica, stop the killing and give up the guns. Just live good now.
The time brought to you by the Ministry of National Security and Peace is
7:30.
Upgrade your drive with Hyundai and Scotiabank. 4.99% interest, 0 fees, and 1-year insurance free. Choose from the Hyundai Venue, Palisade, Tucson, or Creta. Visit Kingston or Montego Bay showrooms. The temperature by Hyundai is
24 degrees Celsius in Kingston, 25 degrees Celsius in Montego Bay, 21 degrees Celsius in Mandeville.
You may have been hearing the teasers. Now it's official. Beginning Monday, February 9, 2026, Nationwide News Network launches something special. The Nationwide Family Club, exclusively on Patreon.
With the Family Club, members get early access to our documentaries before anyone else. Some of your favorite segments, including Cliff Says, What's on My Mind, Cover Story, and others, will now be a click away inside the Family Club. There are 3 tiers of membership. First, Bronze, the Family Insider, behind-the-scenes access, Monday motivational videos, members-only chats, and on-air birthdays and anniversary shoutouts.
Second, Silver, Nationwide VIP, breaking news alerts, exclusive documentaries, quizzes, personal milestones celebrated on air, and weekly family roll call mentions. Oh, and for our biggest supporters,
our gold category, elite listener, full archive access, early releases, private studio tours, live show experiences, personalized birthday videos, and exclusive live streams from historic election coverage to lifetime, impact, Jamaican milestones, and rare archive content. This is nationwide like you've never seen it before. The Nationwide Family Club, coming to you February 9, 2026 on Patreon.
Join the family. Support Nationwide 90 FM, the station that informs, entertains, and educates. Visit patreon.com/Nationwide News Network. That's patreon.com/Nationwide News Network. Nationwide Family Club, where you are family, because we see you as family.
Many of you have been asking one simple question: how do I sign up for the Nationwide Family Club? Let me walk you through it step by step. Step 1. Take out your phone, tablet, or computer. Open the internet. In the address bar, type patreon.com/Nationwide News Network. Step 2. When the page opens, look for the button that says Join or Become a Member. Step 3. Next, you will see the membership options. Choose the membership you want. Step 4. Patreon will ask you to create an account. You can sign up using your email address or by signing in with Google or Apple. Step 5. Then choose how you would like to pay. You can pay using a credit card or PayPal. Enter your payment details and confirm your membership. And that's it. You're now signed up for the Nationwide Family Club. So just go to patreon.com/Nationwide News Network and follow the steps.
Welcome back to the front page. The Technology Minister, Dr. Andrew Wheatley, is with us talking about the Artificial Intelligence Readiness Assessment Methodology, or RAM report, launched on Wednesday, which highlighted Jamaica's digital foundation and significant gaps that must be addressed. The report was presented by RAM's lead expert, Erica Simmons. Good morning again, Minister.
Good morning.
Right. Here's the thing, though. There is, I can't imagine that there's anything from the report in terms of the findings, the identification of gaps, that would have surprised you, given how long Jamaica has been at this business of trying to put this framework in place.
Yes, you are correct. You are correct. And that is why we have started work already. We have identified beforehand, some of the gaps that need to be addressed. We have to provide AI literacy. We have to ensure that we upskill our citizens to utilize or take advantage of the opportunities that will come. And so, this matter only validates using the international standard as set out by UNESCO. So by global standard, we ensure that the work that we're doing is on par and recognized and acceptable. And so that Jamaica continues to be a leader in technology, especially in the region. And this AI readiness assessment speaks to that forward thinking of the government and of Jamaica.
Hear me on this, though, Minister. I know the report speaks in a way as if to suggest that there are jurisdictions in the world where the AI framework is enviable, where the structures that the governments have in place are like the gold standard. And I'm saying no, because this is still evolving. No country around the world has the perfect AI model that we should be following. And it's not as if we are way behind what the rest of the world is doing, given how new all of this is and how much change is happening at such a fast rate. Am I right?
You are correct. And so we are not saying that we accept everything that is out there. Jamaicans are not we utilize technology in a very innovative, in a very creative way, and so we have to develop policies that govern and guide our people, in the direction that they want to go. Ethical guidance, of course, right? And so AI continues to evolve. Every day the technology evolves. We see AI being a part of our life. Every day, our everyday happenings, we can appreciate it. And so we have to ensure that we create the policy and the framework, the legislative framework that is best for us. What this assessment did was to, reinforce and highlight where we need to go. And this is specific to Jamaica.
Yeah, but question for you, Minister, because I'm again pivoting from the previous point and question I put to you about the fact that this thing is evolving and there's no government or region in the world where we say, they have it right, we should follow them. Is the report useful from the perspective of setting down where Jamaica is, where it needs to go, the stated commitment from the government, so you can unlock the funding that's necessary to take you to that place?
Yes, you are on point. That is what the report actually states, that, this is where we are. We know where we want to go. And we have developed a roadmap now. This is more or less a roadmap to bring us to where we want to go. And I must say that it is not a static roadmap that you just go to one place and one point along the path and you just stop, because it continues to evolve. But we have a clear picture where we want to see our country, where we want to see our people being able to utilize AI, appreciate AI, because the truth is that it is already here. It is something that will continue to evolve, and so we have to develop that readiness to embrace and utilize. So, it is a roadmap that is to guide us, but again, this is what we want for our people. This is what our people are demanding, and we as a government recognize that we have an obligation to create the level of awareness, to ensure that there is trust among our people to utilize the technology, that we embrace a public education program that raises the level of awareness, that we start to train our young people at the early childhood stage.
And Dr. Wheatley, what you're mentioning, some of the points about the educational awareness and training from the early childhood level, along the roadmap, can you say this morning, in the short term, medium term, long term, what the government will be tackling in relation to AI? Okay.
First of all, we are developing the AI policy.
Right.
We will put in place legislation to guide our citizens to use AI safely. Of course, you know that there are actors out there that we have seen in the past that uses technology maliciously to defame others. Again, that's why we need to have legislation to protect persons from these malicious actors. Of course, we are now looking to see how we can, roll out a program to increase the knowledge and train up our citizens. We have a number of our senior citizens that they themselves will be seeing this technology for the first time. Mm-hmm. And so we have to take that in mind as well. So it's not only about young people being aware. We have to provide that ecosystem so not only citizens but businesses can operate as well and utilize the technology, especially when they'll be interfacing with institutions and persons from other jurisdictions that I'm sure are embracing the technology. So,
question for you, Minister. Question for you, because I want to give those who are listening to us a practical application of where we're going. And you are correct, of course, to say that where we're going is not a static place. It's continuously, it's in flux. It will change as we go along. Are you saying, is the near future where this AI policy and the AI-specific legislation that you've been asked to put in is concerned, and the other work that the AI task force is doing, will it take us to a place where, if we go back to the last election campaign, we see videos of something looking like the Prime Minister, something looking like the opposition leader, speaking to a group of people and saying certain things, even though we know it's not the opposition leader who said it, it's not the Prime Minister who said it, the voice and the image are almost the same. Things that they are doing, whether dancing or whatever, but making serious speeches, and if you're not discerning, you'd think it was Andrew Holness, it was Mark Golding, it was Dr. Andrew Wheatley, it was Damian Crawford, it was somebody like that. Is the future going to look like you will have responsibilities and limits around how you can create such things as opposed to now where you just make something, put it online, and if people are duped, they are duped, and if they are duped and and there is ill that comes from being duped, then it's no consequence to you who made the AI video. Is that somewhere where we are looking to go?
You are on point there. That is where we are heading. You know, we're not looking to go there. We're heading there where the legislation affords protection. You know, the ethical use. You know, let me just say this. Technology is something that should enhance the lives of people. But there are always the actors out there that would want to use it for negative, for malicious purposes. And so the legislation will afford protection to our citizens, right? There will be, of course, you know, recourse for persons who are liable or misrepresent using AI to generate images, as you mentioned earlier, that the same are sending the negative messages, spread propaganda. So, you know, we have to ensure that technology is used responsibly. And so the legislation governing AI will speak to that, as well as existing legislation like the amended Cyber Crimes Act provides protection. It is for us now who feel wronged by persons using technology, whether it's in cyber space or using AI-generated image, to test the law. The law is there that provides protection, and not just seek an apology. Oftentimes, an apology does not deter a person from going back and doing the same thing to someone else. And so the legislation is there to offer some recourse to persons who feel wronged by persons using the technology maliciously to defame, destroy a person's character. And so, again, even the use of the technology, they need to now label, I believe, that this is an AI-generated image as well.
Right. So the days, Minister, you're saying the days of early adopters doing as they please with AI, knowing that there are so many gaps that they can't be held to book if they do certain things. Those early adopters doing as they please, when the time is right and the legislation is here and everything else, those days will be over.
That is correct. We are not only closing the gaps from a technological perspective, they adopting the technology in our own life as well, but also closing the gap for those players out there who want to destroy people's reputation. That gap is also being closed. So they will be held to books if they should maliciously defame or destroy the reputation or attack the reputation of someone, a Jamaican out there.
And on the classroom front, Minister, the recommendations I'm seeing here integrate AI skilling and AI ethics across early childhood, primary, secondary, and tertiary curricula, provide AI scholarships and mentorships for women and underrepresented groups. It also says expand vocational and continuing AI education via HEART, NSTA, and online platforms. And finally, scale public AI awareness. Well, you mentioned this through libraries, mobile hubs, and social media. But to the classroom, what's the look ahead for the classroom in relation to AI?
Well, you know, we have embraced technology in the classroom, you know, through the use of tablets and the whole teaching methodology of using technology. And so what we have to do now is to raise the level of awareness and expose our students to AI. You know, how we can use AI and even our teaching. Because, again, AI is something that, you know, speaks to. So let me just start by saying that persons will always think that, or some persons always think that AI is something that will, you know, take away jobs, you know, will reduce the need for human beings. But AI is something that only regurgitates or comes out with an output based on what it gathers from humans, you know, what it is taught, what has been inputted into it. And it can be used, you know, in the whole teaching experience, where educators utilize AI to bring across the message to the students. Students utilizing AI, you know, to create, to solve problems, to enhance our learning experience. And in so doing, you know, develop that innovative capacity to create opportunities in the working world when they reach that stage. Because again, they are so exposed. They have been able now to unleash that level of intelligence and thinking in line with what is happening all over the world. So AI creates that opportunity for us to develop ourselves in such a manner that we are competitive, that we can stand out there globally as Jamaicans and show them our true potential. So AI is something that now we have to embrace at the education level in our institutions. In fact, we have a number of tertiary institutions who have AI programs ongoing now, University of the West Indies and University of Technology,
Yes.
to name a few.
Yes.
So it will enhance the whole learning experience for our students.
Yes.
And it will allow our teachers to better impart the knowledge that they would want to impart.
Hear you on that. Thank you for your time this morning, Minister. Really appreciate the time you spent with us. All the best to you as we look forward to the continuing build-out of this framework, legislation and other things to support it.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Dr. Andrew Wheatley, the Technology Minister. More after these.
For all your scales and food processing equipment, call Advanced Scales and Equipment Limited at 876-968-9612-5. The time by Advanced Scales and Equipment Limited is
7:49.
Hawkeye is protecting homes, businesses, and communities with trusted security solutions. The temperature by Hawkeye, securing what matters most, is
24 degrees Celsius in Kingston, 25 degrees Celsius in Montego Bay, 21 degrees Celsius in Mandeville.
Morning after morning, you've made Nationwide 90 FM part of your routine. So let's take this connection one step closer. Join the Nationwide 90 FM Family Club and be part of it officially on Patreon.
Family.
Turn up the heat with Hot Listing, Nationwide 90 FM's new on-air and online classifieds feature. If you have a car for sale, room for rent, or yard sale come up. If you look at work or need stuff. If you provide a service, make it a Hot Listing, Nationwide 90 FM's new on-air and online classified segment. Your listing plays again and again. From morning till evening. You sing it, we play it. You say it once, Jamaica hears it all day, every hour. Contact our sales team now at 876-630-1210 or sales at nationwidenewsnetwork.com. Hot Listings on Nationwide 90 FM, a new revolution in media.
Welcome back to Nationwide this morning. Funny Tony, we just spent the better part of a half an hour talking to the minister about AI and this story on the BBC, mass breakdown of self-driving taxis in China.
Mm-hmm.
So it fails, like everything else.
Yes.
Human beings fail, technology fails, machines fail. Yeah, a lot of the self-driving taxis, which of course are AI-powered in China. As we say in Jamaica, car now work, yeah, so it just broke down. There was a story yesterday, listeners, that we're going to go back to because we feel it is so important and it concerns data provided by Statin. Before I even go there, you know, I thought of Statin when I looked at the BBC this morning, Tona, and the listeners sometimes, well, not the listeners, the viewers sometimes, they'll see me on the streets or they'll message me, those who have my number, and they'll say, "Are we always look up on?" And I'm saying, oh yeah, there's a TV in front of us. Actually, there are two. But Mr. King, a conserve light, so you only turn on one. Yeah, there are two TVs in here. Well, the main one in front of us, it has either BBC or CNN, rarely Al Jazeera or sports on it. So it grabs our attention from time to time, given what they run as the breaking news ticker or some big story which catches our eyes. So sometimes you see us looking up, that's what we're looking at. Right. So I saw this morning the BBC reporting that there is a census on the way in India. No, you can imagine if you count 1.4 billion people.
Oh my God. How long is that going to take?
Hello, can I tell you?
Yeah.
So I'm not, and people say, oh, the technology. No. The census has to be done in a particular way, and regardless of what technological aids help them, it will be an arduous task to account for the demographics of about 1.4 billion people at the last count.
Yep.
I'm keen to hear what the new number is. All right? Anyway. Yeah, the importation of same pushed the country's import bill up in the last quarter of 2025. The data from the Statistical Institute of Jamaica Statin shows that 2025 imports are valued at about 6.8 billion US dollars, while exports totaled about 1.5 billion US.
Now, this represents a 2% increase in imports and 11% decline in exports. The report also revealed that the country spent nearly 500% more on generators, among other supplies, for the year compared to a similar period for 2024. Let's take a listen to Siobhan Campbell with this wrap.
Jamaica has always struggled to close the gap between what it exports to other nations and what it brings in. But Hurricane Melissa caused a further rift in the nation's trade deficit in 2025 compared to 2024. Director General of the Statistical Institute of Jamaica Statin, Leisha Delati-Badir, provided an update during a quarterly media briefing on Wednesday.
The international merchandise trade statistics for November 2025 reflect trade activity during the post-Hurricane Melissa period. For the period January to November 2025, revenue from total merchandise exports amounted to US $1,541 million, while imports of goods were valued at US $6,848.2 million US dollars. Relative to the corresponding period in 2024, earnings from total exports declined by 11.1%, largely due to reduced revenue from crude materials excluding fuels.
She says the increase in imports was driven primarily by Hurricane Melissa relief aid.
The reporting period was characterized by increased imports of emergency-related goods, particularly items related to energy supply, communication, and temporary shelter. Imports of communication equipment used to receive and transmit voice, images, and data increased compared with both the November 2024 period, that's the corresponding month of the previous year, and the September 2025 period, which is the month prior to the hurricane.
The data reveals that as of November 2025, the country spent nearly $7 billion US dollars on the importation of generators. That's compared to just $1.2 billion US dollars for the similar period in 2024. That's a 480% increase. The importation value of tarpaulin similarly also skyrocketed for the period. In 2024, the country spent just over $105 million US dollars on the temporary shelter material. This moved to just shy of $1 billion US dollars in November of 2025. It's an increase of over 800%. According to Mrs. Lati-Badir, all the hurricane emergency relief items recorded notable increases.
There was also notable increases in the imports of materials used for temporary shelter and reconstruction, including things such as tarpaulins and plyboard. The importation of essential goods increased during the period. The value of mattress imports increased by 75% compared with November 2024, while imports of tents rose by 44% over the same period. There were also increased imports of canned food items, reflecting a higher flow of non-perishable food products into the island.
Siobhan Campbell for Nationwide News.
No surprise there.
No. But what I'd like to ask is this.
Yeah.
Clearly, all the tarpaulin that would have come into the island post-Melissa would not have been captured by Statin, because Statin tracks imports, purchases. Remember, we got a lot of donations. So a lot of tarpaulin was donated. So I'd like to know the value, because I don't think this, well, clearly this, well, in my view, this doesn't represent the determinate value of the tarpaulin that came into the country, which is another story. Nothing is wrong with what Statin has published in them because they're looking at the tarpaulin imported. But the value of the tarpaulin that actually came into the country, because a lot of tarpaulin came from donor organizations that would not have been captured in the data. And I would imagine that plyboard and other emergency supplies as well. So in terms of what was imported, more than likely by merchants looking to then sell to people who wanted the stuff, that's fine, and that's taken care of by Statin data. But the donations would not have been captured in this because, of course, that would have been a different consideration. So it just goes to show the scale of the relief effort to match the scale of the damage. And we know that the scale of the relief don't match the damage. And I wonder how much of the supplies that came in through the channels that Statin checked for its data report, how much of that is still in warehouses or still lying somewhere rather than being in the hands of those who need them, or if the importers who got them took delivery of them so they can then sell them if people are still going to hardwares and can't get this, can't get that. Those are part of the considerations as well. But these numbers are eye-watering.
Yes, they are. And I see Desnem here saying, totally expected. Wondred saying, donated or not, customs should have been noting the value of goods. Not sure you can track their donations, George.
Yeah, donations cost some money. He's right. Yeah. He's right. Making up the same point I'm making, that the further disaggregation would help to know. But these numbers, just the same, are huge. From 1.2 billion in a normal year. Well, 2024 wasn't normal because we had Beryl. We keep forgetting Beryl, and Beryl wasn't a lily storm at all, because we had egg on our faces responding initially. Oh no, Kingston, everything was all right. Only
until
to hear
the
that
next morning.
Yeah? Right. So it's a lot. It's a lot.
It's time for Hot Listings, Nationwide 90 FM's on-air classifieds, made for quick ads and fast results.
Build the Love Jamaica is looking for experienced printer operators. Call or WhatsApp 876-309-3416. That's 876-309-3416. Pantomime at Easter is a big yard vibe. Bring your whole family, but not the dog, to Big Yard Vibe Easter Saturday, Sunday, and Monday at the Little Theatre. Call 876-826-2286. That's 876-826-2286 for showtimes. LNNCS Limited, subsidiary of Max Pharmaceuticals and Cosmetics, O5 Limited, seeks drivers and sales reps. Drivers need an open general license, at least 2 years experience. Apply at 59 E Street, Old Harbor, or WhatsApp 876-821-1764. That's 876-821-1764.
That was Hot Listings on Nationwide 90 FM. Listings start as low as $1,500. Call 876-630-1210 to book yours today.
Front Page was brought to you today by ABC Electrical Sales, for a better choice in the electrical business.
Don't miss a beat with your mortgage payments at
Stay on top of your NHD mortgage payments when you pay by the first day of each month. The time by the National Housing Trust is
8:01.
From the mountainside to seaside, countryside to townside, inside and outside, it's across Jamaica this morning.
Taking you across Jamaica this Thursday morning, Thursday, April 2, 2026. The 31st staging of the Caribbean Network Operators Group, CaribNOG 31, is set to be held on April 14 to 16 at the Jamaica Pegasus Hotel in Kingston. The forum is being hosted by the Office of Utilities Regulation, OUR, in collaboration with the CaribNOG team. It will be under the theme, The Resilient Archipelago, Strengthening the Caribbean Digital Core. The forum will involve industry leaders, policymakers, and technical experts who will address challenges facing the region's digital infrastructure. Discussions will be centered around plans to strengthen infrastructure and cybersecurity frameworks. It will also include talks about enhancing the regional interconnectivity amid emerging cyber threats. Director General of the OUR, Ansted Hewitt, says following the devastation caused by two major hurricanes in the last 2 years, the need for robust discussions and decisive action around strengthening the resilience of Jamaica's national network has never been clearer or more urgent. Registration for the conference is free and persons are being encouraged to register before the end. To register now. The Jamaica Tourist Board, JTB, has welcomed a major increase in airlift from the United Kingdom following an announcement by Virgin Atlantic that it will be expanding its summer 2026 flight schedule to the island. The airline will operate daily flights between London Heathrow Airport and Montego Bay from June 1 to October 24, 2026. This represents a significant increase from the previously scheduled 4 flights per week. The expanded service is expected to add over 15,000 seats over the summer period, improving connectivity and offering more travel options for visitors from the UK. Tourism Minister Edmund Bartlett says the development underscores the importance of the UK as a key source market. Director of Tourism Donovan White has also welcomed the expansion, noting that it aligns with the country's broader growth strategy for the UK market. Industry stakeholders say the decision reflects sustained demand among British travellers, supported by positive booking trends and growing interest in Jamaica as a destination. The JTB reported that bookings for the first quarter of 2026 have shown a strong start, with the travel agents and tour operators indicating a surge in demand. The additional flights are expected to further boost visitor arrivals during the peak summer period. As part of the expansion, the Tourism Board will collaborate with Virgin Atlantic on joint marketing and trade initiatives aimed at increasing destination awareness and driving bookings across the UK. The increased airlift comes at a pivotal moment for Jamaica's tourism recovery, with officials expressing optimism that the added capacity will support continued growth in visitor numbers. Finally, across Jamaica, a third man has been charged in connection with a shooting incident which took place on Blount Street in Kingston last Tuesday. He is 20-year-old labourer Raheem Ewan of the same community. Ewan is charged with shooting with intent, possession of a prohibited weapon, and unauthorized possession of ammunition. Reports from the Denham Town Police are that a man was walking in the community when he was approached by Ewan and his 2 co-accused. The assailants opened gunfire at him. The man managed to escape without injury, and the gunman fled the scene on a motorcycle. A report was made to the police and an investigation was launched. 27-year-old Akeem Edwards and 33-year-old Gertina Green were previously charged for the incident. Ewan turned himself into the police on Wednesday, March 25, and was later charged. Their court dates are being finalized. And that's it for Across Jamaica.
Interex Distributors invites you to the ultimate clearance yard sale. All tiles on sale. Deals too good to miss. Save big, shop smart, only at Interex Distributors, 591 Spanish Town Road. Call us at 876-501-2516. Hurry while stocks last. Don't miss your chance to grab unbeatable bargains. The temperature by Interex Distributors is
Ready to upgrade your drive? Hyundai and Scotiabank are making it easier for you. Right now, you can drive away in a brand new Hyundai with an interest rate as low as 4.99%. Low interest rate, zero processing fees, and 1 year free insurance with Scotia Protect. Whether it's the compact Hyundai Venue, the bold Palisade, the stylish Tucson, or the dynamic Creta, Hyundai has the perfect vehicle waiting for you. So visit our showrooms at 7 Oxford Road, Kingston, or Providence Drive, Montego Bay, and get behind the wheel of a brand new Hyundai. Hyundai Jamaica. Because of you, conditions apply.
Building Blocks is brought to you by the Contractor Center, providing solutions to everyday challenges.
Welcome back to Nationwide this morning. You're now tuned into one of my favorite segments. It's a Building Blocks time, brought to you by the Contractor Center, providing solutions for everyday challenges. Whether you're a professional builder or homeowner looking to protect your investment, the Building Blocks with the Contractor Center. Contractor Center, they're here to get you right and help you. And today in studio, he's here in studio. We have a man who has transformed the local landscape of construction chemicals and a specialized flooring. We're being joined by the CEO of the Contractor Center, no stranger to Nationwide 90 FM. Hello to you, Andre Hutchinson. Good morning.
Good morning, Tana. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm alive and well, highly favored and very blessed.
Wonderful. And if it is that you are watching us now on our YouTube channel, we're on Nationwide 90 FM live this morning. You can see that Andre did not come empty-handed. We have some products on display, and Andre, you're going to walk us through what is here on display, from the big box to the bottles and the big tins.
All right.
Plus this plastic bag here with some fancy stuff in it that I was asking about earlier.
Yes. All right. So from
but you want everybody to hear you now, Andre.
Absolutely. So
right,
going
great.
from right to left, we have our epoxy in a box, which is our DIY. A lot of people, don't like tiles and they want to do a fancy epoxy but can't afford the full installation. They just want a one room. That box covers about 100 square feet. Everything you need is in there. How to prep it, how to apply it, the video, everything, instructions. On top of the box is what we call our vinyl flakes, is what we use in some
vinyl flakes.
Yeah, vinyl flakes. So we use that in a lot of our epoxy products to beautify and decorate bathrooms, living rooms, kitchens. We did the entire NIDS building with that sort of product just here on Norman Road, not too far from here. Next one closest to you, the bottle, is our...
Right, this yellow liquid here.
Yes, that is our mold removal, right? So we've had many discussions about this, one of our better sellers. Of course, we have a lot of rain these last 6 months, especially since Melissa, and even last couple of days. And of course, when rain falls, there's generally some moisture and mold kind of gets in there, and that product helps to eliminate the mold.
So this is a mold removal. Absolutely. How do you apply this one? Is it that I need to dilute it or?
Absolutely. So it's a 1-to-1 mix. We have spray bottles that you can buy from us as well. So 1-to-1 mix, you spray it, and then you can watch it melt away.
Ah, great.
Which is the name of the product, melt.
Yes. And then under that, in the big tin?
All right. So that's the product that people ask about the most, is our Fasteel. That's our waterproofing product. And so that's the one that we use on slab roofs. It's elastomeric. It reflects sunlight, so you get a little cooler in your room. And elastomeric means it stretches. So
yes.
if your roof has a little small crack on it, it will stretch across it and stuff. It is our best-selling product.
And as you go along the line with the products, Andre, I just want you to remind the listeners of application, just in case I'm never here the last time. So you already mentioned about the meltway, so the Fasteel.
The Fasteel, okay, so it's a 2-coat process. First coat is you pour it out of the tin. You add some water to it, maybe about 10-15% water to it to prime. Yeah. And then the second coat, you just apply straight from the bottle to give it a nice thick coating on top. You can apply with a roller or you can spray.
Okay.
Moving on, we have our Celsil Pro, which is our version of WD-40. Right?
Yes.
It's an amazing product because not only does it lubricate, which is what WD-40 does, but it also is a rust removal, and it also removes adhesive off of the ground. So like, for instance, you have glue, something stuck onto the ground, glue, tape, whatever, and you need it off, you can spray it on and it comes off.
So what I need, a Scotch-Brite or? Paper towel?
So
What am I
actually,
using?
so
after I spray it on?
So once we take it up, right, we pop it.
Mm-hmm.
We stick this red straw into here.
Yeah.
We spray. You let it set for a little bit. You can take a Scotch Brite, you can take a piece of sandpaper, and you can just rub it for a little bit, and it comes right off. I have a great demo we did a couple of days ago. It's on our TikTok page.
And you'll remind the listeners of the TikTok soon.
Absolutely.
So, okay, so that's the cell seal.
And then under this one now is our Ultra Dry.
Yeah.
So Ultra Dry is another waterproofing solution except for inside. So like for instance, you have waterproofed your outside of your home and you want to make sure that it stays waterproof. It's a waterproofing paint, so you can apply it. It's still elastomeric, not as elastomeric as
Fast seal.
Nor is it reflective, but it has that on the inside when you want to paint and make sure that it's waterproof.
Okay, lovely. And then the pink liquid.
This is our universal cleanup.
Yes.
So it cleans tire marks off of the ground. It takes the dirt off of tiles. Cleans epoxy off of tiles. It's an amazing product. It cleans everything. It's our go-to product when we are on a job, right? Because sometimes workers will work and they're not necessarily as clean as you'd like them to be.
Yeah.
So you have to clean it up. That's our go-to product.
Yeah, and is the application similar to the Meltway?
No, this is just used. This is used as straight out of the bottle.
Oh.
Right. So you pour it on, spray it on, whichever way is best for you, and you rub it and it cleans it off.
Great. And then the tin.
The tin is now the aquarium, which is for our pool paint. So this is products can be used in anywhere where water is immersed in water. So pools, fish tanks, aquariums, that sort of thing. It's again also kind of rubberized as well, and so it really protects, beautifies. Comes in a nice, lovely blue, and so it gives a sea blue in your pool.
I saw earlier in the chats, let me just go back to that comment, Andre. Herman was asking, well, she made a statement. She said they need to start exporting those products. And I can't recall if I've ever asked if you guys ship your stuff in foreign, to foreign. Do you?
So it's a big thing for us. And, the interesting thing is that we export our services.
Oh.
So when we started, we've been around for about, the company itself has been around for about 13 years. And we started off by actually doing work with our epoxies and our polyurethanes and those things in different countries like Guyana, Suriname, and Barbados, Grenada, Saba, St. Martin. So we've traveled the Caribbean doing work. The next phase is to kind of get our products out there as well. So we're working on that for 2026, 2027.
Lovely, lovely, because it seems there is an interest here from the diaspora to use your products.
Yeah.
But just going back to from the big box, Andre, the cost. Okay. What are we looking at here for these different items?
Right. So the box is $35,000 including GCT. You get 100 to 110 square feet out of it. The bag, I think we sell the bag, I think it's $2,000.
And remind us of the name of the product?
The vinyl flakes.
Vinyl flakes, right.
So most people, what clients have been doing of late with the vinyl flakes is that we have a sealer called Acrotec. And so they apply the Acrotec and then broadcast the flakes into it and then seal it. And that would be like a terrazzo floor on their outside, inside, anywhere they'd like it to be. It's about $2,000 a pound.
Okay.
For that. The
Meltway
mold remove, I think that is about $1,400 for the bottle. But of course it's concentrated. The fast steel is $7,000.
Cell seal
is $1,600 for that bottle. Right. So it's twice as big as what you'd get for WD-40, and it does 3 times as much.
Great.
The Ultra Dry is also $7,000. The Universal Cleaner, I think that's $1,300. It's a little lower than the
Meltway.
Yeah. And of course the aquarium is $12,000.
So I don't want you to answer this one. Carlene is asking, are these products made in Jamaica?
So 2 of them are, yes. Our Meltway brand is our personal brand. We manufacture it. It's made in Jamaica. The others we distribute on behalf of other companies. So
right.
we have Rust-Oleum, and I think a group of Soar and Celsius, which are all overseas companies.
Okay, so for you, Carlene, and others who are wondering, the two bottles on top, one with yellow liquid and the other with pink liquid, those products are made in Jamaica by the Contractor Center.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so that's why it named Meltway. Pato, you know?
So our goal actually for the rest of 2026, 2027 is much of the products that we distribute will be made by us.
Lovely.
And so it's a process. It takes a while. It takes a lot of capital investment, of
Yes.
course, and logistics and relationship building. And so that's our real goal for 2026, 2027 to have everything. We'll have different patois lines of business, which will incorporate the mortars and the liquids and the epoxies and so forth. But that's to come.
You said something earlier, and I want to go back to that. You said that the Contractor Center has been around for about 13 years. Yeah. How did it all begin?
Well, I actually started in finance. I was in finance for 12 years. I was a trader, stock, bonds, equities, foreign currencies, all those things. But traders have a shelf life, right? So I went into entrepreneurship where we had built up some cash flows and we invested in some businesses. And one of the businesses we invested in, they did epoxy flooring. And that one kind of stuck. The name of the company when we initially started was Caribbean Industrial Systems. And in 2019, we acquired a tool rental company on Shortwood Road called Airmark Rental and Equipment. It's very popular. And so when we combined Caribbean Industrial Systems and Airmark, we decided to change the name to the Contractor Center, where we kind of focused on who we're dealing with, who we wanted to help and stuff. And so we've been there at 26 Shortwood Road since 2019, serving clients and, providing solutions to everyday problems.
And what kind of journey has it been?
It's been up and down, I must confess. Nothing in this life is straightforward. I myself as a person have grown through the challenges.
So the folks themselves really want to hear what you have to say, Andre, and you're so far away from the mic.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
That's so much better.
I'm so sorry. Yeah, so like we say, we bought Airmark in 2019, and then we combined and called it the Contractor Center, and we've had to grow, more staff, more customers, more people. I myself, I had to grow as a person. Ups and downs, nothing is straightforward. The hardest part of business isn't the transaction, is doing everything else. Your taxes, your government, your people, your staff, your customers. And one of the things that we try to focus on is the customer service. And we try our best. We're not perfect, but we try our best to keep that at the forefront of what we're trying to accomplish.
Yeah. So for the customers out there and the persons wanting to become customers because your product's on display, this is something that they want to do household work, how can they reach out to you? And I must tell you as well, Andre, that our receptionist here at Nationwide, Odia, has gotten several calls. I believe almost every day last week, and I think Monday as well. Odia has called me to say, listen, somebody is calling to ask about the man who came on that have the product, we can remove this and remove that. What's his name? What's his company? So for those out there who want the contact information and address for the Contractor Center.
Absolutely. So name of the company, the Contractor Center. We're located at 26 Shortwood Road, Kingston 8. You can call us at 876-925-5700. Or you can WhatsApp us at 876-213-3982. We offer delivery island-wide for all the products that we see here, and lots more products that we have in store. Of course, on social media, you can see demos of all our products on YouTube. You can find us on TikTok, very active, all at the hand of the Contractor Center. And of course, we're on Instagram as well.
Yeah, so just a look ahead as well for the Contractor Center for the rest of 2026-27. You mentioned some, but overall, what's the look ahead?
So overall, we are trying to be as Jamaican a company as possible. All right. We redid our showroom floor in January. We went from blue to black, green, and gold. All right, to basically point out that this is who we are, this is who we serve, and this is what we're going to be foundationally. And so all our products will be representing, trying to get as much products manufactured here in Jamaica. Where once we are starting that distribution process, we want to be able to, once that manufacturing process, we want to have as much distribution partners to put those products out, to serve Jamaicans, and to ensure that, you know, we're making a contribution that is not only for today, but also for tomorrow.
Oh, I love that. I love that. I love that. So finally, as we let you go, Andre, just tell us again the names of all of these products on display here in studio.
All right. So we have our rock solid metallic pigment garage epoxy paint. Of course, that's great for your garage, for your patios, for your indoors. I use it personally in my own home. Right. We'll have our vinyl flakes, which gives you that terrazzo look, but we use it with our Acrotech to broadcast in it. We have our Meltway mold remover, which is, you know, a fantastic product, and of course, mold, of course, is a risk to your health, and so we want to ensure that everybody's taking care of themselves. In these days with all that rain, we'll find the leaks that we never knew we had, and so we have our Fast Seal for our slab roofs. We have our Cell Seal Pro, which is our version of WD-40. You get twice as much and for the same price, and 3 times as much usage. And we have our Ultra Dry, which is our waterproofing product for inside. It's amazing. It's 3-in-1, primer, paint, sealer. It's fantastic. We have our Universal Cleaner, which is our personal go-to product on our job, and it's called our another Meltway 1000. And then we also have our aquarium, which is for pools, which we have quite a few clients who trying to renovate their pools last year, and so we're trying our best to serve clients in every facet.
Brilliant, brilliant. And here goes 2 more YouTubers asking about contact details. So Zubina is asking, what's the WhatsApp number? And Michelle Hoylett is asking, can you give back the telephone number?
Sure. So the telephone number, 876-925-5700. I'll just repeat it, 876-925-5700. And our WhatsApp number is 876-213-3982. WhatsApp only. And of course, you can arrange delivery and payment island-wide through the WhatsApp number.
Wonderful. So it's the vision and purpose, the story of the Contractor Center, plus talking about just some of the products at the Contractor Center on display for you this morning. In studio with me was CEO of the Contractor Center, Andre Hutchinson. Thank you so much for your time, Andre.
Thanks for having me, Tana.
All right, take a break here on NTM. We'll be back with more.
Building Blocks was brought to you by the Contractor Center, providing solutions to everyday challenges.
You're listening to Nationwide 90 FM. The time is
8:24.
Fontana Pharmacy has a wide variety of items from pharmaceuticals, household, cosmetics, toys, and more. The temperature by Fontana Pharmacy, it's all good inside, is
26 degrees Celsius in capital city Kingston, 27 out west in Montego Bay, in Mandeville 21 degrees Celsius.
Enough power tool, big to small. Jack on my figure, dig the wall.
Up a Total Tools.
Weed whacker figure, trim the lawn. We have everything a job demand.
Total Tools.
We rent them, sell them, and fix them. Also give Total Tools a call. When you say home improvement, landscape construction, a Total Tools are your option. Home improvement, landscape construction, Total Tools are your option. Total Tools, located at 102 Main Street, Ocho Rios, 34 Slipe Road, Kingston. And lot C6 Jacksaw, Sentence Bay. Call us today.
Data Protection Matters is brought to you by Design Privacy. We help you comply and build trust.
$800. That's it. That's the price of the most important compliance step your business hasn't taken yet. This is Data Protection Matters, powered by Design Privacy, and I'm your host, Chuka Emeka Cameron. Let's go. Here's a myth I hear all the time in Jamaican business circles. I'll deal with data protection once the enforcement gets serious. You have said it, your colleague has said it, your board has probably said it, and I understand why it sounds reasonable. If there is no visible enforcement yet, If nobody you know has been fined, why rush? Here's why. The Jamaican Data Protection Act, the JDPA, has been in force since 2023. One of its first requirements is registration. If your organization collects or uses personal information, customer data, employee records, patient files, membership databases, you are required by law to register with the Office of the Information Commissioner, the OIC. Registration is not complicated. It is not expensive. It costs $800. But here's why you should not wait. And it has nothing to do with fines. It has to do with trust. Right now in Jamaica, procurement teams, legal departments, and compliance officers at larger organizations are checking whether their vendors and partners are registered with the OIC. Government tender requirements are already including it. International partners are already asking for it. Your competitors who have been registered are already using it as a selling point. And here's the other thing. Registration is not just a legal checkbox. It's a signal. When your company registers with the OIC, you are saying publicly, officially, on record, we take our customers' personal information seriously. In a world where data breaches make the news, where customers are increasingly aware of their rights, where your reputation is built or destroyed in a WhatsApp group, that signal matters. Here's what registration costs if you delay. A tender you couldn't bid on, a partnership that didn't happen, a client who quietly moved to a competitor who was registered, a complaint to the OIC that found you not only non-compliant but unregistered. $800. That is the cost of the first step. And if you pair it with a gap analysis, which tells you exactly where else you need attention, you're looking at $2,300. That's it. That's the cost of knowing where you stand. Design Privacy's readiness check can tell you exactly where your organization stands in less time than it took you to listen to this episode. Go to designprivacy.io. Find the plans page. See the OIC registration for $800. See the gap analysis for $1,500. And if you want to know your personal fit, fill in the code form and get a response today. You don't need a full program. You don't need a massive budget. You need the first step. And the first step costs $800. Designprivacy.io. That is DESIGNPRIVACY.io. Find your plan. Start today. This has been Data Protection Matters, powered by Design Privacy, and I'm Chukwuemeka Cameron. See you on Tuesday.
Data Protection Matters was brought to you by Design Privacy. We help you comply and build trust.
Every day, Rosie has a glass of fruit drink with breakfast, an energy drink on the way to work, a flavored water with lunch, and 2 glasses of soda with dinner, which adds up to more than 50 teaspoons of sugar a day. And all that extra sugar could bring on obesity. Are we drinking ourselves sick? 71% of Jamaicans support a tax on sugary drinks. Help tackle obesity and protect our children's future. A message from the Heart Foundation of Jamaica.
Boy, I'm glad we get away to the beach for Easter.
I'm glad you bring the Maxfield Easter bun.
One thing connect them all.
Maxfield for maximum satisfaction.
Order by WhatsApp at 455-0144.
Turn up the heat with Hot Listing, Nationwide 90FM's new on-air and online classifieds feature. If you have a car for sale, room for rent, or yard sale come up. If you look at work or need stuff. If you provide a service, make it a Hot Listing, Nationwide 90FM's new on-air and online classified segment. Your listing plays again and again. From morning till evening. You sing it, we play it. You say it once, Jamaica hears it all day, every hour. Contact or
our sales team now at 876-630-1210 or sales at nationwidenewsnetwork.com. Hot listings on Nationwide 90 FM, a new revolution in media.
Come into the parlor, there's a welcome there for you.
Welcome to the Mayor's Parlor with Desmond McKenzie.
From 1 to 6 p.m. every Sunday, you'll now get more of your favorite vintage music.
Put your head on my shoulder.
Nationwide 90 FM will transform your Sunday into a musical time machine that will take you way back.
Come with me, let's go back in time.
This magic moment.
Journey into yesteryear with Desmond McKenzie in the Mayor's Parlor.
I've got the music to jog your memory and make you smile.
Put your sweet lips a little closer to the phone.
Sit back, relax, and enjoy the best in vintage music.
Come into the Mayor's Parlor every Sunday between 1 and 6 p.m. here on Nationwide 90 FM, a revolution in media.
Cliff Says is by far the most popular mid-morning radio segment in Jamaica. Cliff Hughes shares his views on the hot-button topics of the day, editorializing on various issues in the news, breaking news stories, and expounding on stories. Cliff Says sets the tone of the show for the rest of the day. Join the award-winning journalist Cliff Hughes weekdays during Cliff Hughes Online at 10 to 10:30 a.m. Join the revolution in media.
Nationwide this morning, the big show helps to make your loved ones feel extra special on their birthday. Listeners, send in your birthday and anniversary greetings. We will play a special song chosen just for you. Come celebrate with us during our birthday club every week at 8:18 a.m. right here on Nationwide 90 FM. Join the revolution in media.
Tax and You is brought to you by the Tax Administration Jamaica, working together to serve you even better.
Welcome back to Nationwide this morning. I see your comments about the Patreon promo and yeah. All right, I see you. All right, it's time for Tax Edu, brought to you by Tax Administration Jamaica, working together to serve you even better. We are into property tax season, and I am joined by Taxpayer Education Officer at Tax Administration Jamaica, Antoinette Anderson. Good morning, Antoinette.
Hi, good morning, Mr. Davis. Good morning to your listeners.
Thank you for being here. Hope that all is well. Why do I need to pay property tax? Why is property tax important is the first question.
Okay, so you can appreciate that this tax is actually used to offset the cost of providing streetlights, solid waste management, that has to do with garbage disposal, road rehabilitation, and for general community beautification projects. So it's used to fund those activities or to partially fund them.
I hope people are listening clearly. Your property tax is not just because the government want to collect.
Right.
These things that you take for granted. You expect street lights to be on. You expect the roads to be tidied up, and that's what the money goes into.
To be collected.
Absolutely right. There you go. All right. Who is required to pay property tax?
Well, to put it generally, all landowners. So whether you're a business or you're an individual, you're required to pay that property tax. And this includes that residential, commercial, agricultural, and even vacant properties. So once you own or once you fall into any of these categories of owner, then you will be required to pay the property tax.
And when are those payments due?
So the payment is due by the 1st of April. But how it works, because you don't necessarily have to pay at one go. You have the option to pay it half yearly. That would be due by April 1st and October 1st if you're choosing that option. Or you could do it on a quarterly basis, which would mean that you'd make a payment in April, on April 1st, then in July, on the 1st of July, the 1st of October, and then the final one would be the 1st of January. So depending on what your affordability is, you can decide which option you want to go with.
Yeah, so the little option is paid in 4. April 1, give me the dates again. April 1, July 1,
July,
October, and then January of the next
January.
year.
Yes.
So four installments, and you're done. How do I pay?
So we have a myriad of options. You can make the payment via TAJ's website. That is at www.jamaicatax.gov.jm. If you use NCB or Scotia, you can add TAJ as a payee on those to make your property tax payments. If you have the Scotia mobile app, that's an option as well. TAJ also has their mobile app that you can use to make that payment. And for persons who, like in rural areas, we do what is called a mobile tax collection. So there's a bus that goes into certain communities for the purpose of collecting the taxes, right? So persons who, can benefit from it should also use that option as well.
I know you outlined the importance, well, not even the importance, why property tax payments ought to be made and what property tax is used for. But I said that, sure, even if I don't pay or not pay, the street light I go on and I'm going to clean up the road anyway, so I don't have to pay. What is the penalty for not paying?
Well, if you decide to not pay, yes, there would be penalties. As it is right now, it's a 5% for the outstanding balance each year. If it is that you don't pay on time, the interest charges are added. And, to take it further, if you persist, then, enforcement actions such as court summons, or even sometimes it go as far as seizing property. I don't know if anybody wants to get there. But yes, so we don't want it to get there. So we encourage persons to, meet your obligations to make those payments on time.
Excellent. So you can pay 4 times yearly, quarterly. You can pay online, and if you're in rural Jamaica, they have the mobile facilities to come to a convenient place to allow you to pay. I don't think people can want it better than that. Antoinette Anderson, thank you this morning.
You're welcome, Mr. Davis.
All the way
and
to
thank
you.
you too.
You're welcome.
All right.
Remember, property tax payments due April 1, but as Antoinette just explained, you can pay in 2 pieces, April and October, or you can pay it in 4. And you have the flexibility of paying online. You don't have to literally go to a tax office to join the line to make that payment. For more information, visit jamaicatax.gov.jm. This has been Tax and You, brought to you by Tax Administration Jamaica, working together to serve you even better.
Tax and You was brought to you by the Tax Administration Jamaica, working together to serve you even better.
Decorate like a designer with BH Paints. The time brought to you by BH Paints is
8:41. So, blessed Marcy, a favor. You know, easy, you know. Call me, man. Call me. Call me, Marcy. Turn up the music, king.
The food on my table. Yes, and in my heart his song. Oh, Jah, I love you so. Mighty Jah, I need you so. Sing along, hallelujah. Praise his name, hallelujah. Highest praise, hallelujah. Every night and day, hallelujah. Oh, when I am down and low, and the healing in my soul and blow, only Jah name I know. Hallelujah. Praise his name, hallelujah. The highest praise, hallelujah. Every night and day, hallelujah. Praises for Jah, both young and old. It's better than silver and gold. Silver and gold will vanish away, but the love of my Father is here to stay. Woe be unto the shepherds that lead my sheep astray. On that day they all shall pay. I'm not afraid to praise him. Forget my troubles and praise him. Oh, I'm not afraid to say him. Open my heart and let him come in. Yes, I'm not afraid to praise him. Forget my troubles and praise him. Oh, I'm not afraid to say him. Open my heart and let him come in. Yeah, hallelujah. Praise his name, hallelujah. Night and day, hallelujah. The highest praise, hallelujah.
Hey, Marcy says she not call because the bill from Canada expensive. The Marcy don't call for WhatsApp. Marcy call for WhatsApp, man.
Yes.
Monetary love of a flea.
Shabba and Kokoti.
Woman, love me for me.
Love me truly.
Drink some Kokoti.
If you love cockatoo, the money flee.
Love me.
Sweet, sweet Kokoti.
Come love me truly.
Oh, listen, today's Garnet Silk's birthday. Of course, you know who says that, King? Annie Smith, who keeps track of all of these things. She's big on entertainment, big on her music. And King says that's why he opened with what? 3 Garnet Silk back to back? I think it was 1. Oh yeah, he dropped 1 this morning. So Annie, he acknowledged that very, very early. Garnet Silk's birthday.
Money have what it takes, money have what it took. Fit jump on the money tree, it jump on. It's about the money, something up in the
Rastafari. Rastafari. Holy Mount Zion, I'm coming home to you. Holy Mount Zion, I'm coming
This song was a hit at a time when Cocoa Tea had several very, very good horses that came on his park as owner and breeder. Yeah, man. He had an A-class horse called Rock Point.
Rock Point.
And he had one called Empress Methobel. He had Rocky Point Rock as well. Yeah, man. And then, of course, later he achieved his ultimate aim of winning the classics with a horse called Disability Charm.
Wow.
Because one of her legs really, I mean, the job the trainer did, Patrick Lynch, to get her ready for racing is nothing short of genius. So she had a disability and
won.
Fixed her, and she won the biggest race for 3-year-old fillies in the season. And then she had a disability charm, had a son called Ability, who went one bet and won the Derby for Cocoa Tea. So yeah, he had a very good run where he had some very, very good horses. The name of his operation was called Fisherman Stables, because he knows what fisherman back in the day, and that's where the Rock Point and Rocky Point Rock come from. So yeah, man, big up Cocoa Tea every time.
All the enemies of Jah,
play it!
know that the Lord God Jah the Almighty shall rule the head.
King, there's so many big songs on this video. Look at us quiet here, just go and bounce. Let's bounce it now. Before them see. Play a tune, King.
Oh, let God arise, let his enemies be scattered. Let them also that hate him flee before him. As smoke is driven away, so drive them away. As wax melteth before the fire, so let the wicked perish at the presence of God. But let the righteous be glad. Let them rejoice before God, yea, let them exceedingly rejoice. Sing unto God, sing praises to his name, extol him that rideth on the heavens. By his name, Jah, Rastafari, Haile Selassie the first, our Father, strength and Redeemer, who lives and rules and reigns over all living things. A father of the fatherless, and a judge of the widows.
Which one?
God in his holy habitation.
Such man?
God set up the solitary families.
Oh, play man, play.
Out those which are bound with chains, but the rebellious dwell in dry land.
Oh, okay.
Oh God, Rastafari, Selassie, Father, strength and Redeemer, when thou went forth before thy people.
Alright.
I
never to see that man. Not a mercy, I never get mixed up.
The voice.
Keep it real. Not a mercy. Before them see God, them see the devil. That's why them lie so miserable. But the killer say it's God and not the devil. And then this world become
not a DJ tuner.
And the breath Vatican 24/7. And don't know the man that build the earth and the heaven. I did my make the sun shine 7 to 7. I see earthquake and storm where your dangerous sitting. Lightning and thunder clap make you frightened. Volcano and lava burn you out to nothing. Man all the fight is brother to gain title. War is start from Cain and Abel. Cain threw a knife right in his brother's navel. Now is the time to live as God's disciple. Killer say it's God and not the devil. And then this way before some
you want Brown, another racehorse owner, Mad Cobra. Website.
I said give the youth a try. Listen to their cry. Those are them and them baggers on fire. Have we in the dark? Have we them alive? Some way I feel get past again. Give the youths a blood. Listen to their cry. Those are for them and them baggers on fire. Have we in the dark? Have we them alive? Some way I feel get past.
The rhythm was named after a particular drum, you know. You have to play that tune.
We have to try.
You have to squeeze that.
Youths are crying. Full time run, miss a jacket and tie. Come from the ghetto, you can only get a balance. Freaky people need not apply. System designed for suit up me certain guy. Tired visit the poor, get denied. The big question is, if the youths are blind. Watch out, Jagger ask them.
All I wanna think, could I go use to get the youths, them I lead them astray. Such man can't play them through your Sunday, no?
All the doctors and the nurse, them are the youth, them are too Yes, so Sprague said. How long will you
They two new
used to
feet.
get to you to do the criminal act? You know, so that must stop.
You understand? That's anything, you know.
Want to know the
What do I say? What do I say?
Guess what? I want more shipment of gun just arrive. One more get a you, one get a strike. One more vampire coming out in night. To the farm of a politician dressed in a white. With one more from
Jesus.
How wonderful it is.
Peace, oh peace, while I'm buying peace, sing along reggae music.
Okay, let's go to Kantara. Come on.
Get the jump, get the jump.
Get the jump and make me come down road.
Get that jump, make me hear it sound.
Shake the tambourine and make it go all frown.
Get that jump, make me hear it sound.
Them a go use me move a Marley crown.
Get that jump, make me hear it rebound.
The music where we love and none of people.
When the music hits,
whether you feel no pain at all. But all the youth is stabilize your body and your heart, your mind, and it memorize the brain. But when the man a chant, determine a chant, all the youths them down the lane. What they do, put down the gun and not stop, lick out the youths, them praying for the lane.
Righteousness exaltation. When the righteous man move, I know the deed and plan. But I wipe them out one by one. When they gonna have it all, oh no, have it at all.
Who says so?
Children of brimstone.
Juliet from Boros.
They gonna have it all.
Poor we, Boros, poor you.
When I fight against the righteous and fall, and nation divided by itself shall never fall. And up by Saint Peter, and up by Saint Paul, is 20 black buckle sitting on the wall. And that color, every one of the black buckle fall. Up it decrease, the race trying to rule us all. Black man stand up and be counted, so your name shall be called. We don't respect Vatican, nor praise Pope Paul. Jah shall come with the cool and them with a lightning ball. Oh, they gonna have it all. Oh, no,
Hey, anyway, I will your birthday now. Let's get to it. The thing is this, you know, this man can't play them tune up on Sunday. And his favorite song of all time, CC Winans, in can't play on the Moon Show. What is something? The man can't play his favorite song on the Moon Show. What can go so? What can go so? Eh? This man, anyhow, we're gonna test your skills, son. I want to see you come with a segment and play CC Winans on your show. You can't play CC Winans because it's too new.
Oh no.
And from 1913. You can't play none earlier than 1913 on your show because your show now go sound the same.
Oh no.
And you want to clash with?
No.
No, man. Can't talk to me now. You understand? Listen, this one is like a wood fire expert. Come in your kitchen with the electric stove and they don't know how to use it. We are the electric stove. We are electric stove. This one a wood fire. You understand? This man don't know how to it must say, wait, but you like this as stove, yeah? This man come with matches for like the electric stove. What can go so? What can go so? And I look for cylinder with gas. Because come on, man. No wood fire man can't beat the electric stove, people. What happened to you?
No.
Anyway, Tana, do we have there, man?
No.
If man come with matches for like the electric stove, but never say nothing like this. What can go so?
What can go so? Listen, it's that time to tell some very special people, a whole lot of very special people, happy birthday. Boop. Living in a small world.
As wicked as you think you are, we're living in a small world. As bad as you think you are, we're living in a small world. As tough as you think you are, we're living in the one of them. Alright, that day will come when I shall stand and see all those wicked men in the fire getting
Alright,
burned.
celebrating a birthday today. This one says it's an anniversary. Happy anniversary greetings going out to Dwayne and Sandy K. Lawrence. A happy 10th wedding anniversary to you today. Keep the love light burning and cheers to 10 times 10 more. The anniversary greetings coming from Auntie Barbara. And this one says, happy birthday greetings going out to Sergeant Johnson Heron in Kingston, Sergeant Johnson Heron in Kingston, Captain Kiffer Davis and Sav, and Captain Reverend Everton Brissington Sav. Happy birthday greetings also going out to Andrea Fletcher, Charlene Jack, Marcia Brown. Is this Montia or Montia Young? Danleen Earl, Marsha Blackwood, Selvin Palmer, Joan Thompson Fletcher. All of these greetings are coming from Sergeant Wayne Wallace. Happy birthday greetings to our friends on Facebook, Sandy Roden, Paris McBean, Beadle Camille Beadle. Happy birthday as well to Cheryl Blagrove, as well as Heather Richardson and Richard Anderson. Happy birthday, wishing for you guys a lovely day. Also, tomorrow, happy birthday when it comes Tracy and Byron, VVIB. Happy birthday when it comes Tracy and Byron from your family and your friends. Sasha Rowe, VVIB, your birthday's tomorrow as well. Happy birthday when it comes, and I hear you're listening. Good morning, Sasha. And the birthday greetings in advance coming from your family and friends, wishing for you the best day on your special day. And this one says, belated happy birthday greetings to the definition of our Proverbs 31 woman, Mrs. Donna Nevison Brown, from your loving daughter Danielle and your husband Donald, praying for God's continued blessings upon your life, and may you live to see many, many more. Happy birthday, and happy birthday from your church son Saeed to my auntie Donna. So belated happy birthday to you, Donna Nevison Brown.
Samira, the granddaughter of Nadine Henry, belated birthday greetings going out to you, Samira, from Grandma Nadine Henry. She celebrated her birthday on Wednesday, Samira did, and Grandma is wishing you God's richest blessings, enough love. The greetings coming from your mom, Shante, your dad, Rajay, and of course, Grandma Nadine Henry. So Samira, belated happy birthday greetings to you.
Cheryl Wallace, you said you have a birthday. We're not seeing it. If you're still in the chat, you could drop it back so that we can wish that special person a happy birthday. Livity is sending happy birthday to mom, Miss Madge, when it comes. So her birthday is tomorrow, April 3. So happy birthday when it comes to Miss Madge. Wishing you a wonderful day coming from your daughters Sandra, Maxine, Mitzi, Dion, and grandsons Reese and Raheem.
Melody Cook says happy birthday to my niece Vanessa, aka Queenie, in Cool District Pike in Coleyville, Manchester. So Queenie in Pike, Coleyville, Manchester, your name, Vanessa, aka Queenie. Happy birthday to you from your auntie Melody Cook.
Nadine Henry sending happy birthday greetings to granddaughter Samira. Belated
I just did
happy.
that one.
Oh, you did this one.
Yeah, man.
And you did Melody Cook as well.
Yeah, and Jennifer Ramsey says, or Jeneth Ramsey, beg your pardon. Jeneth Ramsey says, George and Tana, could you please send belated birthday greetings to my gorgeous granddaughter, Abrielle Bailey in Longville Park, Clarendon, just to let her know how much I love her, missing you. So Abrielle Bailey, Longville Park, Clarendon, your auntie, Jeneth Ramsey, sending belated birthday greetings to you. She says she loves you and she misses you.
Did you see this one, Ian Crossburn?
No.
So happy birthday, Sonia Campbell says to my brother Ian Crossburn over there in Brooklyn, New York. We love you, bro. So happy birthday to you. Algie Mills sending happy birthday to Officer Romeo Bugum. But you're very lucky you weren't at the PTS of yesteryears. Trainees would add something to your surname. All right. So happy birthday to you, Officer Romeo Bugum. Wishing for you a lovely day from Algie Mills.
Looking for more.
I'm seeing here Marigold sending good morning to you, Marigold, sending belated happy birthday greetings to Sharon Campbell, celebrated yesterday. So belated happy birthday to you, Sharon Campbell. Hope you had a great one coming from Marigold.
Yeah.
Did you see this one from Donna Llewellyn?
No.
So Donna says happy anniversary to Bishop Dr. Richard Robinson and Lady Janet Robinson, celebrating their anniversary today. Continuing love and grace from Sister Donna and the CCCWC family in Daly's Grove, Newport. So happy anniversary to the Robinsons.
Steve Hutchinson says, good morning, George and Tony. Could you kindly wish a happy and blessed birthday to Uncle Telford Augustus Mead? What a name. Telford Augustus Mead, sir, in Toronto, Ontario, from the Mead family members. So Uncle Telford Augustus Mead in Toronto, Ontario, the whole Mead family sending a big shout out for you on this day, your birthday.
Cheryl, seeing your birthday now. Cheryl sending happy birthday to her nephew, Officer Romeo Bugum. Oh,
yeah,
so it's your nephew.
Yeah.
Oh, it's two different
shout out to him. Yeah,
right. So Cheryl, it's your nephew as well. So happy birthday to Officer Romeo Bugum again of the Mandeville Police Station from your aunt, Cheryl Bond.
Maisie McKenzie says, happy 13th birthday to my grandson Caleb. We love you endlessly, Caleb. Caleb is 13, and Grandma Maisie McKenzie says it's love and endless love on this your 13th birthday. Happy birthday, Caleb.
Carlene sending belated happy birthday to Dad Lascelles Heslop, celebrating 95 years.
One mas last year, chop hard boy at 95.
Indeed, indeed. Coming from your 5 children and your numerous grands, you're gonna live to 100.
Of course.
So belated happy birthday to you, Mr. Heslop, from your family.
Mas last.
Yes.
We like that, mas last.
Those are all the birthdays now. If you're celebrating your birthday today, happy birthday. If it's your anniversary, happy anniversary as well.
Most of us will walk the circle. Love come first. Don't you know what life really worth? I need you like never before. African woman, you're the one I adore. I need you like never before. Royal woman, she clean and pure. I need you like never before. Where do you go? Don't you need my love, baby? Why can't you come on and let us play?
And as we wrap, Kenyatta Montgomery sending belated happy birthday greetings to grandfather Donald Keating. He turned 92 years old yesterday. So belated happy birthday to you, Sir Donald. Hope you had a great one. From your grandson Kenyatta Montgomery, and Hyacinth Grant sending happy birthday to Romaine Williams. Wishing you God's richest blessings, coming from your grandma Hyacinth. And Glenbin sending happy birthday greetings as well to Mas Lascelles. So that's about it for the show. Thank you so much for tuning in to Nationwide This Morning NTM. Thanks to our technical operator Jermaine King, super producer Michelle McCrae Smith. Up next, the Consumer Hour with Norgie Banton, and at 10, Cliff Hughes Online. We'll catch you back on Tuesday morning.
Tuesday?
I'm gonna make you mine. I'm gonna take you right there. Love for a lifetime.
You've just heard Nationwide This Morning on Nationwide 90 FM.
Gonna make you mine. Say no lies, don't you cry, no goodbye. Just won't work. Stars in the sky, love so nice, look in your eyes.
It's time for Hot Listings, Nationwide 90 FM's on-air classifieds, made for quick ads and fast results.
Need your garments altered? Come to Annie G's. At Annie G, we alter all male and female garments professionally. Call 876-858-7908. That's Annie G's, 876-858-7908.
That was Hot Listings on Nationwide 90 FM. Listings start as low as $1,500. Call 876-630-1210 to book yours today.
Fearless and fair, Nationwide 90 FM.
First Aid in English, New Junior English Revised, and The Student's Companion stand among the most influential texts that profoundly shaped our development as students. Leave